we have heightened surveillance in all districts with active community case search and contact tracing to identify and manage cases promptly. Laboratory, we have strengthened laboratory capacity to test and confirm suspected cases, ensuring accurate diagnosis and timely treatment. Environmental assessment, we have conducted environmental assessment in all affected districts to identify and address risk factors such as poor sanitary and unhygienic food. As a result, Mr. Speaker, cholera requires a multi-sectorial approach in our effort to bring it under control. I use this opportunity to thank our local authorities who have been supporting the response and call on them to do more. Most importantly, Mr. Speaker, in the long term, we will need to improve our sanitation situation, food and water safety, and personal hygiene to rid our environment of cholera and ensure that even when there is an outbreak, it does not have suitable conditions to facilitate spread. Now, Mr. Speaker, meningitis. Mr. Speaker, meningitis is an inflammation of the meninges, the protective membranes that surround the brain and spinal cord. It is characterized by a range of symptoms, including fever, headache, nausea, vomiting, neck stiffness, confusion, convulsions, and in severe cases, coma. Mr. Speaker, meningitis outbreaks in Ghana typically occur in the northern regions and nearby districts in the Bono and Oti regions. These areas lie within the meningitis belt of Africa, which stretches from Senegal, Gambia in the west to Ethiopia in the east. Meningitis belt experiences seasonal outbreaks during the dry and hot weather conditions, often referred to as the meningitis season. In Ghana, this meningitis season extends over the Harmattan months from October up to March. Mr. Speaker, it is worth noting the following, which informs the response to the meningitis outbreak. There are a number of organisms that may cause meningitis, including virus, bacteria, etc. Some of these can be prevented by vaccination. In Ghana, two main types of pathogens cause outbreaks: Neisseria and Streptococcus. Based on the type of Neisseria, the population can be vaccinated. However, vaccination that about 29 people are currently on admission. The districts most affected, Mr. Speaker, are Wa Municipal, Nandoli, Wa West, Drapa, and Nandom. Mr. Speaker, despite the substantial number of cases and unfortunate deaths, I wish to assure the House and the good people of Ghana that we have made considerable efforts to keep the outbreak under control. Our efforts are paying off, Mr. Speaker. Already, a wave of improvement is evident in the Upper West region, where new meningitis cases are decreasing. This positive change follows the Ministry of Health's swift and decisive actions, which included deploying experts to support local teams, conducting a high-level visit to assess the situation and providing support, and ensuring free treatment for all affected individuals.
Live on TV as well, set and also on Power 97.9 FM, the hottest and the biggest conversation in Ghana inside politics. Near the April on Tuesday, the 18th of February 2025, in the year of our Lord, Northern Regional Capital Tamale, Yedem, Ewo Kesmi 107.1 FM, Rich FM, Ewo Aye Asin Fusu, Salso, and Yedayani, Eko Bono Regional, Tiny Tip on FM on Soko, and Soma FM, Ewo and Quanta for Regional regional capital ɛyɛ goso ɛyɛ nananom 92.5 FM ɛna Duno FM so ɛwɔ Sankore if you want to call bowling in the Savannah region is Saseles John Dramani Mahama ne Kruma ɛyɛ Inkeligi FM wa ɛyɛ WFM Bokuya Source 100.1 FM Zebila ɛyɛ Zaps FM ɛna Pusiga Wingpan Sampa Wende FM ɔmo ekremu atomic ni team no nso kremu ɛwɔ Pusiga Wingpan Sampa Wende FM a ɛyɛ asem keto asane ewremu Volta regional capital ho a ɛyɛ Global 105.1 FM Oti region stations miensa nyiwa 79.7 FM okete krache sanso na KFM okpasa ana Boom FM so ɛwɔ Giasekan on your multi TV digibox Radio SY 3.1 sanso ɛna Facebook live Power 979 TVS WZ Ghana omunyina so yetutuemu ɛwɔ ho sanso ɛna on YouTube no ɛyɛ SYZ broadcasting o London Germany France Belgium maybe bia wo bia sa fei ɛna also join the show na show ni din ɛde inside politics mi din ɛde Mugabe Maase ubitimi afremi atan kolega bigger the capacity man sema ya de ɛbro ɛne awie ni bi ɛne say Saselesi John Dramani Mahama kopiemu ɛwɔ Auditor General Auditor General office ya sabria make said him was submit ɛyɛ forms ɛkɔ ni nyina no ɛyɛ declaration forms na japade wo nyina no wɔde ni nyina adane di said ɛbɛya ono so na appointees no so no wɔn ebetumi edisa asemi so ɛno ɛna Saselesi John Dramani Mahama was setting March 31st as deadline at the man appointees ni nyina say obi a one declare asset no obepam no every baby a owo ebia we nyina yɛ nsɛm a yɛde ɛbrawo ɛnɛ health minister nsɛm bɛn wɔde atudwa wɔ mrahye bedwafie ni nyina so no yaboaboa no ayɛde ɛbrawo no abo mita kando member of parliament for Dwabo so in the Western North region ono ensema odi atudwa nyina no yebema eyetimemufo a wo Ghana ase na oma so born ho nsem hekat e ba ya yebeka ya maame so fa yakufu former chief justice ono so etumi lead team okopiemu of finance minister for the first time ya maame momrewafo ne kokurafo ye kire efa wo musika wo mudache wo makwa musika kakre wo de to ho no na ho nyina ba be ye ensem no Saselesi John Dramani Mahama director finance minister Sabre sika a super kese ye over 6 billion any sika a finance ministry no omo etumi ede akọ ede eba beboa se de be amafo omo kodi nsa sembe e wo saa bond ho nsem no omo so ebetumi nsa aka omo sika we nyina eye bohye ya Saselesi John Dramani Mahama ehye Ghana for ya omo timi to aba gina so to aba ma no on the 7th day of December 2024 no bohye no ene ogusu a eja ode e ma Ghana for kakran so far no so good be we say direction na amemu no ekonom ekoyiye papa chese jomama na amemu no eya amemu a eye deep amemu afie nyansa wom nyamesuro wom ahofama wom ena eye obi beka sa odon so yedem eno so ewom we nyina yensama enei yebebiebie mu ede ya maye na hwefo ene ye netiefo ewo eye dwumadie so aseda kese koma eye Solak Natural Clinic na dawro maka ho ta kire enei ogina mo dendende sanso na midima fo heba omo so mo beti omo kan ewo dwumadie so ene ewo TVS WZ Power 97.9 FM aboafo adane da nyina no omo ta ya chie dwumadie ebrewo no na ebodin dia na chese Mary Moses Clinic and Herbal Center omo aseda kase PSA ene ye de ma omo sanso ena Power Specialist Herbal Hospital omo su kramu Hebron Hills International School say Excel and Shine sanso ena S Natural Mineral Water omo su ekramu Safari Valley Eco Resort omo so ekan ho dendende ena Victory Garlic Mesa jumeko nyina dawruma ena techire a eneyi yedi dwumadie ebrawo ewo TVS WZ Power 97.9 FM midibiem ede Mugabe Maase atankolega bigger the capacity man simete wa mo meba afi agebre ne bibie nsem no ede yamana hwefo ene ye netiefo. Welcome back live on TV as well. Set and also power 97.9 FM. Baby, I'll for Ghana. Hebia say a taxi number for Trotton number for VIP number for STC. And I say, Oe, Basibi number Tenema, Yango, and I say boat, Uba Ninanum, radio station Bako Pair and a way, Ghana for 18, the TV station, so I'm Moreno, and one TV as well as a power 97.9 FM. Some Nasia, Yabasha say, Edia free a year, and Rasabi free. Now, World Health a year organization a year WHO womabo momadin ye papa ya sabre ameka say wo hwe Ghana samre yade atiate se ya chese edi amanfo wuo papa ye kwasibroni wo se de kolora na de CSM na sa yare mienu ya atie sima chese wo ko esrem atifi matam ne esrem epoye matam a yade se eha yetemamfo a wo ni ye papa enye asemketoa na no enene health minister ya ono asa ye mrase bedwani edina mu temamufo a wo mo wo dwaboso abeto ampeso aso no otumi kopie mu ewo eyamrase bedwafie na otumi ema Ghana for update ebekye niema ekoso sesi ameka say eyade say World Health Organization WHO o mabo mo made o mo de 10,000 vials of medications and technical support and o made abasa de be ya yebetimi ede akosa yare mienu a ate say ewo omemu eneyi opanyi kopie mu ewo mrase bedwafie na chese ne honorable Akando Brofo yi wo we ne wish achese okopie mu enya asem ketua yentie ensem a honorable Mita Akando wade etudwa ewo mrase bedwafie ene.
Express my sincere Right Honorable Speaker, I appear before you today to brief you and the people of Ghana on the ongoing outbreaks of cholera and meningitis, and more importantly, provide an update on measures being taken by government to contain the spread of these diseases. Mr. Speaker, as you are aware, Ghana is currently facing outbreaks of cholera and meningitis. Additionally, a single case of human metapneumovirus has also been detected in the country. Before I go further, Mr. Speaker, I want to express my sincere gratitude to all our health workers for their unwavering dedication and resilience. In the past week, I had the privilege to interact with healthcare workers in health facilities and communities in the Upper West, Greater Accra, and Central regions. Their tireless efforts on the front lines of these outbreaks are truly commendable, and we as a nation are deeply indebted to them. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency John Dramani Mahamad's government, in the face of limited resources, came to office with a pledge to build a more robust healthcare system that, among other objectives, will prevent diseases and promote good health. Mr. Speaker, we remain fully committed to this, and the leadership and support for this disease outbreak in the past few weeks is a clear demonstration of government commitment. Mr. Speaker, I will now share the update on the specific diseases and the measures taken to communities, as well as erratic water supply, which compels people to rely on unsafe sources. The presence of street food vendors who may not adhere to proper hygiene standards. Mr. Speaker, I must put on record that the current cholera outbreak began over 5 months ago in October 2024 in Ada West in the Greater Accra region. Mr. Speaker, since the outset in October 2024, it has unfortunately spread to other districts in Greater Accra and 4 other regions, namely Central, Western, Ashanti, and Eastern regions. Mr. Speaker, as of 13 February 2025, we have recorded 6,145 cases, 719 confirmed cases, and unfortunately 49 deaths. In all 5 regions have reported cases since the outbreak began. These are Greater Accra, Central, Western, Ashanti, and Eastern regions. Mr. Speaker, it is worth noting that the situation is improving, with active cases now concentrated in high-risk areas, is further contributing to this positive trend. Mr. Speaker, please permit me to now highlight the measures that have been taken to respond to this outbreak in order to bring it under control. In doing this, I must add, Mr. Speaker, that the response to cholera is multi-sectorial. The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with various partners, has comprehensive response plan in motion. The actions are as follows. Coordination. We have activated regional and district public health emergency committees in all affected regions to ensure a coordinated response. Surveillance. We have heightened surveillance in all districts with active community case search and contact tracing to identify and manage cases promptly. Laboratory. We have strengthened laboratory capacity to test and confirm suspected cases, ensuring accurate diagnosis and timely treatment. Environmental assessment. We have conducted environmental assessment in all affected. We also activated the Emergency Operations Center for coordinated response efforts and engaged in consultations with international experts. The mobilization of essential antibiotics and targeted public awareness campaign have further boosted our efforts controlling the outbreak. Mr. Speaker, please permit me to highlight some of the specific measures by the Ministry of Health and its partners in response to the meningitis outbreak. Deployment of experts. We have dispatched a team of experts from the national level to support the regional and district health teams in managing the outbreak. Free treatment. We have exempted all individuals affected by meningitis from paying for treatment, ensuring that everyone has access to the care they need. Awareness about the signs and symptoms of meningitis and encourage early reporting to health facilities. Community engagement. We have engaged with the community leaders and opinion leaders to solicit their support in raising awareness and encouraging community participation in the response. High-level visit. The minister responsible for health, myself, and the Director General of the Ghana Health Service have conducted a high-level visit to the affected communities to assess the situation and provide support. International assistance. We have also secured technical assistance from the WHO through delegation of an expert to help us improve our management of meningitis outbreak in the Upper West. Human metapneumovirus. Mr. Speaker, we have also identified a single case of human metapneumovirus, HMPV, in the country. Human metapneumovirus, HMPV, is a respiratory virus that can cause a range of respiratory illness from mild cold-like symptoms to severe pneumonia. While it can affect people of all ages, it is most commonly seen in young children, older adults, and those with weakened immune system. In response to recent increase in respiratory cases in China and some temperate countries in December 2024, as part of our routine surveillance, we commenced testing for human metapneumovirus HMPV this year in January 2025. So far, a total of 90 samples have been selected for testing, and only one positive case has been detected for HMPV. This was detected from an elderly person.
Na just say the course of Mrasebijefie, Honorable Ayemita Akando, Health Minister, Osayem Mrasebijani, Edema Daboso, Abetu and Persuaso for Nesama, the two that Ewom Mrasebijefie, Enonom. If you only a boy rema, not just say, or my penny, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Papadia, or boy Juma Bruta, was starting very, very, very well. Ya just ultimo said, we are Memono, AC quantity, we also to near man. Oh, driver papa, Nigana for me Damasio, he says, see any Kajani Asida, Nagana for Santana Moko to aba, to much as a win. None always a feeling near deep, not just a Jomama, what they Angofama or Donet Manning and Misro and a dear Memway or Dema a year Ghana for. Sunny or can I say, or Baba your Ghana man penia, or be making sure say, and appoint is no, will be a bed declaring asset. Sound so and on one Casacasa, John Mahamano, or I see when no one will Chasano, or China more Macane than idiot, no more so left, right, not just at a now one so was say a nay, what to me about Oma dia Acopium, a year, a wahefa, Auditor General, Nasue. Na ne okopie mu yi ene ese wani na ese okachire was me na me first gentleman of the land me na me commander Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Mekasi obia nda no nsia, obia beda no nsia. Mekasi obia no nanan, obia beda no nan. Enei maba. Auditor General. Me forms na me dia bayo. Me japade a me wo nyina sa John Dramani Mahama ni nyina bibia ewom. Saa so na me nkofo a ma appoint wo to various positions no. Wo mo so me mo 31st eye March ya busumi ya ba besimi wo mo 31st March sa wo ye na appointee na sa wo so no one declare wo asset a obeyi wadi. John Dramani Mahama yewe abra wo submit the forms ema eye Auditor General aso ye no yewe ne ko so e wo ho.
General and staff of your department, we're very happy to have you here this morning at the presidency. Friends of the media, I've just performed a simple but brief, very important act of presenting my completed assets declaration forms to the Auditor General as required by Article 286 of the 1992 Constitution and the Public Office Holders Declaration of Assets and Disqualifications Act 1998, Act 550. Ghana's assets declaration regime and its related activities have often been shrouded in secrecy, and only unless in special circumstances compliance is often difficult to measure. In times past, I would privately have presented these forms to the Auditor General in fulfillment of my statutory obligation. I've taken this step of presenting these forms publicly as a way of injecting some openness and transparency into the relation. I've always maintained that while it is all well and good to punish corruption, a more effective way of addressing the canker is preventing it from occurring in the first place. I honestly believe that if properly curated and enforced, the assets declaration process can become a sustainable tool for tackling corruption. Corruption by nature is insidious and thrives under the cover of darkness. The more light that is shown on it, the more likely that it will be fought successfully. I've also taken this step to send an unmistakable signal to all public office holders, especially those that I have appointed, that I take the declaration of assets very seriously and expect full compliance from them.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enono na chese na appointees ni nyina nti monhya no so wono ontesa na nado ya wono obaye na wayi nani on the onfa ho na chese mu se na appointees krono eno mo bo na mai sika no mu wia ene yuji ahe e ba se eja wone ne yere eja ya wade ene cars efie apartment utimu se ene de wo islegon dia wo eye Roman Ridge dia wa ha na chese enye asem ketu akura no nso wono de na ba mu de dabi da kata asehare proye ne de one declare asset 31st eye March 2025 wa obepam obeyi wadi obe remove from eye office we eye nsema ode to aso edema eye timamufo enedai abra wade ne kata ne nyina kopie mu ya Auditor General ono so eje ye no ye hwa response a efi eye Auditor General ho so ebae.
And there we receive your form, just like His Excellency has done. You don't seal it. We are going to open it to see exactly what entries you have made. But when we are looking at it, what we are looking at is whether you have not left any blank spaces, whether you have not left your bank balances. Some may list all the banks that they have, but there will be no balances at it, and we will call you to come and redo it. That's the extent to which we do this. If you say you have 10 bank accounts and you bring it to us, how are we to be sure that indeed it's only 10 bank accounts that you have? If you say you have 2 buildings, what can we do to ensure that it is exactly the 2 buildings that you have? So reviewing the Constitution, as His Excellency has said, I think it's a very, very important issue that we have to take seriously. And we also support the publishing. If you submit your assets and declaration forms, we should be able to publish it freely. And the time that you are leaving office too, we'll publish it to see the changes that have happened ever since you started in the office. So on behalf of myself and my staff from the audit service, we welcome His Excellency's wonderful idea, and whatever we can do to support, we will do. Thank you so much.
say okay nya ono kwa ne koyu ene chief of staff one the two left right no no sini nesim ene honorable Julius Zebra papa chief of staff papa no no so eka hona Dr. Callistus one so executive secretary at the my Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni team anu mukopie mo ho anei na enye asem keto na Excellency John Dramani Mahama abra wonde kokoboka se pa de ma appointees no yetie ensema wone so editu dwa ewo ho.
Those of us in leadership must lead by example. We must be prepared to be held accountable for taking the public trust. And as I've told everybody, if you accept to serve in the public sector, then you must be prepared to answer to the people, because it is the people who put you there. You serve at their pleasure. And so I've been trying to drum that message home to all the people that I'm appointing. Everybody's excited and running, and have you got a green letter from the president? The green letter comes with a lot of responsibility and expectation. And I've said that while we hold those who came before us accountable, we should remember that we're also going to be held to account in the same way. And so amending the Constitution, holding people accountable for the public trust, and making sure that we stabilize the economy and create the opportunity for our young people to work as quickly as possible, that is what the task ahead of us is. We may not be able to complete the process, but at least I'm determined that we lay the foundation and put Ghana on the right track so that anybody else who takes over can continue and consolidate it.
Yo, not just when you're ready to say over declare asset there, any no probe be atna. To I address your mama, not bemo, second come in here. When your baby landing, I want our baby make his card here. I want our baby to fee. I can say, Esi die, I can say, dear, forget it. Papa in the near bre papa. He said, we are said the old sapano, when you piano theatre watch it. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, our point is, 31st March, our man. Hey, there was so I bear my office, Bino. Would the man declare, na se Wudinya beto just say, womb. Sir, SMS no maintain or mon declare dia and you will be casepu don't you and ye boma as I say yes Mugabe boom Tiabawa Basso Sir Bosha what the two Ghana phone in any what to me edisio na aja Auditor General so wajibi bia kama higher TV as was it and a power 97.9 FM any and affiliate stations ya etwa share wa Ghana nyina and a ede ensemono ede 2 hours so ewo ho na ensemo a ebei amasesi ano wo shawa office bi na se wo ye adwuma da bia meka kire o say easy to declare your asset. Say amount appointment ya easy to declare your asset. Say when you wadwene say wo bebo kro no a easy to declare your asset. Wo fie ya say if you na hefa na ewo if you no enkrata ewo ho ewe wo obi wo Kumase wo obi wo Takwa wo obi wo Bogoso ana say wo obi ewo eye baby fufu obi a yes declare your asset baby a what declare your asset wunwuma wo ene wajapade a wo nyina declare ya pay you jahimu die ni bi ya omu no motu o masifie na afede eba beduru ho no na fia akase na atwa nyina ahia eti wo gi appointment da make sure say asset no so wo declare wo fa mi nkosie dia wo wana na wasa wo declare wo bank account sika ewom ene say we free office so no sika eja wo beja our account no mu e de betu abosom yakatu ade na ya na eye nwanwa say obenwe say na adu na point is obenwe say fie ye peja besia na peja besia say eh na abosom so asa papa yi tu an kasai ejiwa ben wo ye ka ho ti ene eja the declaration of asset ne de hu hia papa John Dramani Mahama say kata asese ene proye kan de enya ade e oba entertain oba soso e wo na ban mu wasate very well ye nyina fa pai bonta na chi sade bia ode o man no ebe ko nenim na timamufo wo man we mu gidi a wo munya na wo mu a sankofo ba he no bibia tumi ayeden akonkan e de ama yen enei hey baby obefa bia o se Mugabe se wo piese ya na baby ayedin obi ana baby ayedin but appointees na moda so na do appointees na moda so social office no monya careful I'm not here to mention names, but I wouldn't say Nana do one Nana do ne buy ya one Nana do monko. Said the medical send him one and say, Yent now a more been to office be and sabotage ya bino, ya brand ya DNDC aba power. Ghana for yes, am I a kind of togan of what Tima, woman did party na ya aba power. Your mama knew a power, yeah, a brave if you want to chair mono and the DNDC aba power. Nanado, one another better if you watch it. And you ready, Mobia tell officer, said the over down what they said, oh, would you want a banner Daniel, Mr. Danny Mubi? No one your NDC membership card, you be ready to our membership card, no, and it would do so away day, would tia, would tia. It's a officer now, what channel? Man, you are say, where dear, where you are doubtful, hey, father for all, no, a chum. John Mahama, ne tema also we, father for all, be any baby. Me say one Nanado na buy ya one Nanado nko e cut across Nanado na party wa one nko and the council of state swearing in no take place ya I want am bate pe amafo a etwen and we watena wache ana jomama wonye changes wa ha me say mo bate pe eno anse won panim guase a na wa resign na ukọ Yesu abanyansafo yebu ne ba yanka nasem won panim guase a na wa resign na wokọ. Yes, power to the people. Tamafo tete offices awodo ano mo sabotage system abaya onya 2 months wo mo sabotage system. We will not sit down and allow them. Sanya man nyina wasa stop it. Ne hu say amemmo no wo bi wo say sibesu we office we o shey waye ne ho biabroni an wasa office wo ebegu a enwu ye temene mo tra emani nye yie da biara da any time na enu anie say anshase amruso ne tama ye ne nya kokoda wo nti wase abruso ne tam ene mo beti Alhaji Alidu Haruna Nkan, member of the NDC National Communication Team, my good brother, and mo beti Honorable Azekes Yaman Sonka, former MP for Boom constituency, mo beti ononka nenai Mr. Mugabe na papai okwashe hia wakwa na bei wakwashe hia wakwa Rwanda na wakwa Singapore na anase wakwa Mauritius ana wakwa Botswana ana wakwa Nigeria papai se die globally ewiase be bia ya genatum ni din ade Dr. Solomon Solak Natural Clinic ene Solak ewa her life se maka say sa program we on the hottest show the whole Ghana to ba what say you show credibility me akasa wo facility wo meba ho na ma be checks as manager so we manager ho ameso me manager ho na ma be checks I say bibia dem FDA niema dem we dem na me mama mo dem atompa no so na ma massage me na ma say yes papa no Dr. Solomon Atrasi doc mama kwa ba ne
yeah commander one papa
you looking good
that's
more official apostle
so Joseph
nyina ye share
no kwasem
thank you
no kwasem pa na
and now dey fa hin
and ye hwe dia ne me ahwe be keteta dia ntina
ye de eyi rubber beto obi be mem
boni be ne pana ye dia ntina ehun ko hia se eye se de keteta se be eto be mem na Mugabe ya na ansa na etiawa ese eti asese sebe udidi a boni se liquid waste no efa wojunsom na eba ena solid waste fa sebe se wojana mu na eba enti sebe sa Johnson na ye kan eye thousands na se fi ISP Mugabe pati wo hunu oba wa prefie no wasa enwura no egu dustbin mu na dustbin na sa akosi dining hall na se akosi living order ya enye sanity san say eye fia ya press de ko na yamfa saade na connect na osi apa ya hwe kitchen ho bon se ona ye funye bi ade because efin bi aba ho the same thing na urine Johnson no eye se pie eni kwa se tie ho enti ehwale bi wa ha when ye fe no blood na so Johnson twa where urethra na se pipe drop men se pipe na se mechanism ne say o kidney na say wosa no e say left right or kidney being say 1 and 2 on papa feeling nyina wi a zoom like container that's been in the blood away it dey gumu see apart 2 hours ne so a e yes pipe na wa ase na bi na efa pipe mu na hwiawo na besene ko. Here's the case that Nansen u prostate ne enlarge the prostate say wo dra I say be ring donut ntai to say tokro dem finfin ene no na be wura side way tray ho e the prostate when e ka say eye kese na say enlarge a outside ne stretch no na inside ne stretch inside ne stretch ntina e ka sa droben we no e ka fam no e ka mia no entina na say wo jonso a is o chimye ansa na pipe we bi ama jonso na besene ebi oda na nse onse ojonso wi a ofili se ebia kem esasa kopromu e bon kai se wo prostate no enlargement na say ayekese achede senkaye ebi oda na nse ojonso a first pa na nka to tortin was the first pa na yeye maame ne papa no ha na ye ko squeeze sa no se be wugu nsu a upagya de no hwe omisi a ojonso ne ko na se sanisia na e ma ne twa kwase ba obi baku bie fa wo ho to form e be so just sanankaye no na say Dow Jones to torchema ya na dribble ase Kudus Muhammad no wayi keche no na afese be sebe boxer na so mu e bon kai say o prostate no enlargement ne kan e ya chew e bi da wonye diabetic nanso wonya 45-50 years ikwai na say o Jones so more than 3 times ansa na de achia e bon kai say o prostate no kwese makabo adent ne kan sa Johnson and I said duration between 2 to 3 hours. It depends on what times I would munzio. Me say me da me sorry no munzio. The Johnson frequency ne maximum should be 2 hours. If I say me da 10 p.m. 10 plus 2 hours. Now mama 12 midnight plus 2 a.m. plus 2 4 a.m. How many times? 3 times a day. Obison da one sorry no munzio. And only a 3 hours interval. It can 10 plus 3 1 p.m. 1 a.m. plus another 3 9 4 a.m. twice at the actually. Meanwhile, you're diabetic, but so more than 3 times a bon kaya. A bassa bon say, what should no call by and na be yours? Ebisacum, no saquaba, a bon kaya. Now the tenant says 1 pet a sac condition workman like a venom BPHE 1 pet solution. 1 pet do pay a funny prostate hairback capsules at a pint tema. And Tina Kitano be here. Ebium. Rewind. A dupa if any prostate herbal capsules no. A herbal supplementer. Yes, a Ghana for me papanum or more posit eye large no. Enko semini peduanim. Enko posit glandinim. Nasa be ensua betama I inflated nasa ikesono. Enko chi sensu in film. Nema prostate na sebe a moon swatch on ever back to normal. A bassa bon say inside na a stretch confirmed about sa trade and as a euro no. And also a jano. Not some constituency now woman free ho. Na da watch match ugunsu ebwe eni pamro ebruwa won te some ebre meso satam na twam 2024 prostate herbal capsules your body man say Johnson boko abadwa so em na Ghana for me sebe education matias e epeso bom prostate ho ban no mpekete bia sebe se wade no wa sha ase eyusu a ebo awo mo yenhwe a board of action as biochemistry behind side we nyina now keteta ne tie simu ne say 1 pipe where can see Johnson sugar into 2 things either say we to tokro e wa ha bon kutu ase ha na do benatum na ya dia betam se ya beta wo na ho na Johnson e pia beko ene ye 1 ana se pipe we ne benya flexible to be I can see I say what the water hose e horo car no be atim finfin no ti gi say ye the pipe be share water hose no kakra near pushing it will go, it will not go. Kafra, enche, sano ye will be ade, kafra pa, that to wasi, a bay you wate. Near pesca crasa, na pipe, quite nesino, a beforce a bimu. Now I also won't connect a be nurse new year school in 23 years. No or short service that the idea, not the compare a former boyfriend Nissim 2 years ago, and na quite a yam de papano. Na adien corner wo pussy, that kafra, nemo service moja pram one, a viable. Any quantity sa entina prostate herbal capsules your body man say Johnson boko aba Ghana for mema e use na ebo mo yanhwe de e kwan ben na prostate no e fa so arrange condition dia maye miensa e bra ye prostate herbal capsules no ye fa male albino rat kusiem e memom yo free any induce man prostate enlarge ye e show ni PSA test and a scan as we say symptoms one sabi abone gunsu a why it's a kusie be man kra wo bre And if you induce with saponins, alkaloids, anthraquinones, coumarins, terpenoids, phytosterols, but where bioactive compounds are a prostate herbal capsules more. Within 8 weeks, you also be prostate na nanka iron large no afe enso na che. You say you will say na aka from an pipe do ben na akesi no eno ebie. You say afe Johnson nanka born Johnson watch him no say Johnson asase e batoten. Inference ne say I just said that Nancy won unique animui. I'll say prostate no asasiano. Was one saka a dupai for the prostate herbal capsules. Echo mojanim, na echo insulin, na bomba drop bena kesimobi. More na a be enough Johnson will be as a tap. Na say tank na no be a menace ye ba say e ba ta say e ba say boko sa na say Johnson ye e be ma Johnson taka ye mema Johnson ye Johnson say oh shasi I say the day as a woman so it did na as the eba won fi mu no na eba wa ya ase no na last one who pie yi na ho aso ayem fom sas das obenya sa condition na sa condition arrevetia na won sa kadupa ye fa ni prostate herbal capsules no ene be boa wo se de bia se ye mfa do ben kotum ade ba kwa mese ya na ehu na awerho e wo wiase nyina mema e fam nie se why don't to was say you 60 years wako pension na sa time transfer nyina ma grandchildren aba won chen. Now only wife more brass I feel say more home. Na mommy the 61st birthday dance was 65 na pese be se wo bia jakakra na de se be kete tai atumu na oba no so nye nurse eti hwaire na mfiri fie mbra se be anadwo 9 no emeyi de na owi se wasade ahyem ensempi entina eni kwase basa entina prostate herbal capsules your body mrane say John Soboko you said that you be say when you're 40 35 young man obi asebe history no obusiam o papa nya bi o fanya bi e kire wo se wo nyin no tenese se obenya sa BPH no e wo ho entwen ansa 30 years no sha say use prostate herbal capsules no na mo ori sa how na free na sebe ankofa oye ne bi amrew mimi nya no 50 years na so me papa kwa me wusu ansa me so no sebe onya bi ansa sebe wo free mu de me 30 years ba no de me ye ne say afi bia me so prostate for 6 weeks. Now, 6 weeks now me use one. A mommy lycopene rich support and I say lycopene antioxidant and no and my fruit and vegetables ye kokoko. Enti ade bia ye kokoko bia ye fruit vegetable service lycopene boom. Make up fresh tomatoes, grapes, watermelon, orange mu kakaka no, sa red onions no enka ye nyina nka de kan diet ho. Yes so see nya ponche. Me call restaurant Mugabe na papa young man be buy 45 years na waje the chicken apayas I kwa na say gunibo no and then the fried rice you see slices fresh tomatoes kakra and onions kakra well ma fuck hey wait come here are you mad adan me ka just bibi gu mesu ya ponche ana me wan ka ye nyina sa na me senke de kan diet ho na so akwa mismatch enti sa like opinion bo ni say antioxidant as she say wono na obo prostate ho ban I so srai ni asebe obo ho ban tinto kwa ba na ono akon awu na ye ne ma edikan aha no kwase sanse am fan kan diet 20 no ade kitua bia na prostate na chase so enlarge entina prostate herbal capsules was say enlarge dada education man tetem ama symptoms na chase a was use prostate herbal capsules no for 8 weeks measure before and after as been a test PSA test or scan. What they say after 8 weeks no sakwe test bim. Ubon said adia nanka check it ne was na enlarge na. Actually be able back to normal. I restore kama edi amount. Emma said Johnson go na esan abesene. Kama pa. I want chimbia any actually. Entina prostate herbal capsules. Your body mrane say Johnson boko. Mr. Question bia fan kobo ho. Puso how many nkobo. MTN no 0245. 0245 61 60 28 0245 61 60 28 0245 61 60 28. Are you busy for Airtel no so? Airtel no so 0261 0261 73 62 63 0261 73 6263. Kai say a prostate herbal capsules. Your body brand say John Soboko. But the last one, now why you pay? Sana Jones, let's say, the papa, and can last one. Sana was anka prostate there. Da, a munaya. Nikwan Basa. I'm serious.
Sanu.
Ehupa. Enyenso. Arehose Mugabe.
Thank you.
Mugabe, Pro-Staff Herbal Capsules, Johnson, Boko.
Dr. Misla.
Which house of Mugabe?
That's a never said this.
No, Kasempa.
Yeah, that was met you. Woman, by a bar fee, basic when you're not in some caninano at the Atuama. So, can you for that? I want someone so that's so Silla Moheno. When you're dear, we're Pia Montes over her, and so that's why we're running. That's so everything. Yeah, but it's here.
Missy Menanum, a group bassa, I've been bragro, Tibedu,
As for me, I take very good care of my grandkids. Ye dear grow, na yes, a room may be crana, me bano timide, or maybe gumi so weekend.
Hey, woman,
remember, I don't think I'm catching or say, Yano Medi garlic capsules. A basis so come as I stand here. My doctor said my whole system has improved very well.
Medi
garlic capsules. Yes, Medi garlic capsules.
Oh,
Mugabe Maase garlic capsules. Wa mamoja dini paduane mu efurusani yi na esiesie oba ne barima mahona wodin. Ubenya edroyi bi ato omanyi mu pharmacy stores frɛ wo 050 349 4885. Edroyi enya mamofra enye ndi mfie dumienu. Apemfo ene emma emanofo. Mugabe Maase wunni how FDA agidwedi nkratu yi ato.
Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary. So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting. They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here, sir.
Na ede na ya obeyi a that former son yefunu emunumuni.
Oh, Mr. Entry, also yare ya titi be ben fie pi nanso ne yam nyono da se me chew no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa.
Menyi ni se what ulcer tamfo Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture yanum bom kotia ulcer no bia ma no anom anka ne ho ato no dadaada ulcer dro de eno ne Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture
Ankom ni nchiremu
ulcer yekura eto yefunu ene ensunumu etumi a wo yefunu ekeka wo a wogire wo ho a enyi ulcer etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie so how eye ulcer de a kope Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto
pedudu atu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apefo abatan ya woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfie dumienu enka ho Haxa capsules ene ne mixture
ulcer tamfo edie age edwadie nkrato yi atom.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 Ga West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Welcome back live on TV as well as and also on Power 97.9 FM. And some of her and every pa. We say course bibria eba messages bibria eba ni nyina no e kan akọ ensema me bosso say former appointees in the association office. I say enko for no you are not taking over key positions no mo very careful. Emi before nyankofo a obetimi trust wo mo me say emi before na na kufa do kwa wonya asofo wo su bi mpa no mo hu de ode ye no MPP fo nyankofo a obetimi trust wo mo woni wo mu di dwa o mu begu anim ase woni wo mu ebopo bi a o mu begu anim ase. And Osha a verting a course on a say, Honorable Sam George. Osana Afanyo market catch say no one any transport BB or Kaka no Kai Bible any idea. But Muhu some for enough in your markets you di ewo. Yet to Ghana how and yes and yet to Jupiter and us yet to Plateau yet to Ghana. And ye chase be more ewo asori them. Sunday omoko asori omoti asori them na be an I4 chase womo. The last of Honorable Kwame Pepramo, Victor Solomon, Honorable Danagboda Pimo, Chachuchi Katamo, and Chebiao, and Semayakano 25 years in Mayo. And then the club wanted that. No one has succumbed to my four, no mamba, but Tina Sabi Mokan phone, extra bang. And Emraso, and this year, authority any tenor, and your papa, if you sang for Timemufona omoto abama yen over 1.7 million Ghanaians had vote difference no kwa gabo ama de ma bawomia no ya bawomia esore ahomache no nkro ebe concede defeat no watwa ma yi sekura and declare wonu abe concede defeat say bra wa bome no e too much intimajatum se mare si wonu abe wawe was mare majatum mare Prosa was Mayato Mare. And you see a di and Yama Edi Agro. Will be a when your appointment to be and make you sure say, Officer, I want to obey you. Would you come? A dear Muguasia, Eba Majomama, Ban Weno. Make you sure so about you who are free. And first, what you must say, Wo Babe ye. Wo babe wi a Mexica wo babe ye dwirim kata asehye e wo saban we ma wo be fa ho adi dam commander of the airways me dem wo ha wo semonim muntie time monim me de mawa wo te office ahwe ya wo be wo firi akonya so atofom wo da fear wo favor yet me trase enwe han e majoma man feli the man has started very well and we hear Ghana for nyina support. See the man no watimi succeed. Not 24-hour economy. Bosha the man Ghana for nyina said the wa has implementing mako no. Ya be boa no won paibo mu bibia mu. Na otumi succeed. Na minim say Ghana be di ye. Me ameti a lot of investors. Ya course eminya from Germany, France, Belgium, Italy, Turkey, UAE, Madame Tumina. Me kwa me want change. Obia investors no bia person where dey or Ghana because omo pay environment ya a year conducive, business friendly. No more to me about invest ewa. Na bambo no so aye kama. Yentime tena o memu ade beti bese bia na akunipa wo boko. Ne ato se eye. And ekwan amafa so a wale ne patam kafi onu mudi bia ma ho no. Eye very good. Nitira minister onu abomu ntaka me salute na awie. I know Sir John Mahama will succeed. I know very well Sir John Mahama will succeed. And appointees no so mon disappointing no. Asante regional minister, my brother Dr. Baby will be Dr. Amwako hene ncha kese nkomo. Bo adwuma ne sa mame galamsey no Jomama on pe galamsey. Di Jomama de ka send warning say na politics no obi bia wo de ho bewura galamsey mu bia oba sake wo. Mo mani to mutrim. Oba sake wo. Eti muma obia wo so chafo abetimi aye bia no wo si etu bi wo ba bia bompedifo amane. Because Kumasi last week, maybe I didn't say ensuo bia hase eni esesa kakra, but udru eye enyinam still a wo da so tu e wo kwa no ho enyinam sa chebi enclave ho no Kufadu area ho sa kwafo no utu omofo mu ntie still wo da so tu galamsey no e wo ho mama mani nya dan enko ho isi regional minister eni penifo amo ho no mama mani enko ho sananadu etimi ama eye densuani ante kroje ama timamofo a ewo chebi etimi anom nsuo ne de se brem eni ante a Jomama penso mama yati brem yati ani na omutimi numbi womuti afro mo sei ochenkwa a onum brem medunu besia kuma pem eye WhatsApp group United States of America honorable eye Prince Osaji Kumini team. Almost say in collaboration with all football fans. Almost say justice for Pole. Abrati na omukoku no wo nsuatre on. Was it no justice, no league? No justice, no league. Wamai wa ya wamaya. Yekunwa wuni kamafua na bibia yeden akasa. But abrati afani se Paul ni die. Yesu ono die. Se woma nya justice amana Ghana league ni anya dan yemmo. Akotoko ni league na obebo. Boy. Ti Yakopon ya adoma. 22nd eye February ewo Baba Yara Sport Baba Yara Stadium to odeno ho kwada so. Mu be gada wo ho t-shirt ni free red and black na wa bo eye o red band t-shirt ni so be cheche di amamo ntimo hye no so kuma pem WhatsApp group in collaboration with all football fans and omo decide we justice for Poly, no justice, no league. I support them 100%. And to my own brother honorable Prince Osaji Kum, you are doing a fantastic job. Keep it up. Future CEO for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Nyankopon enka honi abusuani nyina ho ewo United States of America. Madam Maase na free yakọ na yene midima fo heba Dr. Atenase Cappuccino what you say edin modu don Cappuccino na kazankaza Atenase Doc mo akwa ba na ewi mejo so Mugabe yaboko de twedi ampada ro mo de na chena won so Cappuccino Mugabe edin modu man Cappuccino se mi so se Mugabe ni so modu edin modu edin modu nyankoda di na bi Cappuccino ni so modu we American man don yankoe me da se ma me fanchi amfa ma wahefo ene wetiefo ene awie na ye ba ya emidima for ba hospital Dr. Time da so ene da no ene
awia ye no edi enkomo nti ba bia wutie me na wo hwe me no eye me dimafo ba hospital na de eten se nyankopon twa de mpokwa me a wo soro na nanim nyama hyere wa asase nyina so no ono na ka kire me no mie no se munni aduaba na momfa haban no mfa nsa yare na Dr. Time da so enam haban ma enya bibidro so na esa nyarewa hodo e wo man Ghana ne eten se doctor de onya adro emfa nko pharmacy shop onya adro emfa nko si ba bia se kokotobi na mom ne bidimafo ba hospital ayarasa bia o yare a o ba ho ba benya apomuden ade ba kwa me ka kire na awia ni se e wo se unya arehye mu se me dimafo de o se wo dimafo oyarefo wo dimafo aye ho a esanse se wo abone me be ya adwen na wo timi kenkan Bible no obie eko 2 Kings 20:7 osi na odifo Isaiah bra ohun se enyarwa hodo to ate se woni memu no osi na asa nyarwa hodo no na nipa dodo na afi se yare na eni anu aduro na so odifo we boru akwayim afi nuhini enubena ana mfempo so okotutu nua hodo ene haban ene de besa wono mu nyina yare a inhyiran kanya mesa safo nyina ho to wo mo ewo odifo Isaiah penso anunti na meka kire se ena awia yi sayare bi wo so na wo ba bia de bekwa ye medimafo ba hospital osi obi a wontumi ma ye obi a wawo ne nti ana doctor kasa nyina ne se obi a wawo de memfa ne ntoka mfa ne ma medimafo esan se ono onyane obi a wawo na emom no se nipa no nwuye na de ate no se honam na aye mmere e wo yare akwan so a eye medimafo e ho na wo so oba na eye anatam bia ye kan sema hodo a ye na obi tie kire ba ma bi ye tomat oba mi ye thomas wa esan se ono e chinjijefo o ma hoda baro beje chinsa sema nipa yi kan menyini doctor si wo hia wogidie wo hia na monto obetuo sema ba medimafo ba hospital eno pen hia na de aka ne ya yarasa be ya odia esan se medimafo ba hospital ena eho insurance no eyo nyankopon insurance eno nti no aka kire se oko orthodox hospital na empono kwa card 175 Ghana cedis ba medimafo ba hospital obeye card 50 cedis sanso na oko orthodox a okotwa scan oko lab ampacho onkotua 150 cedis da mi ankasa obi ayare emieso nkwankoye labs ahodo makoma 4 ena me je lab na me sheda call orthodox ena me koye omo checking nyina mbo me omo say 1030 Ghana cedis ba oba me dimafo ba hospital doctor twa scan oji 100 cedis but oye lab 100 Ghana cedis we nyesa bia afi no kasa wo lab test we dey say but 100 cedis e me dimafo ba hospital enu nti na me kan say oyarefo no o insurance ne de onyankopon aye o Dr. Time da so wadada na de nti doctor oye sa nyina nsanye wo sika nti na doctor baaye senka sa de anka doctor be ye nduro no no de akọ pharmacy shop no de akọ koguo okona utobia onom na sa yare na afan wan ansa no ansa sa koton fro but we de osebra o de bre na de to yare no so no to ase de ama ho eye medimafo ba hospital nyame adom o kene Wednesday doctor betra se opoko asamayira ne ya wada so wotena se opoko asamayira Friday eye premium service ye premium service ni na say ne etie no se obi o se me nya daje a meba medimafo ba betena se sanse obeba na nipa wo ho ene de nipa makra na bia ba tu nipa 200 300 obeba na omo ho enu nti no say obi a minister obi ye MP obi nya daje a business mugu pa ontumi metena se be 30 minutes 20 minutes doctor say sa for wa create a premium service de amamo na sa premium service no otua 200 Ghana cedis say catch was 10:30 and na doctor be hwa 10:30 no obeba na doctor te wo twen wo e de wa 10:30 no sanso obi an na time sa for no betua registration 200 Ghana cedis otua 200 na sa oba review oba de ontua biem oda so da medimafo heba hospital pe na obenya saade we enu ntina me say ohiani no sika ni nyina ba yara sabia ba ko medimafo heba hospital Dr. Time da so enu ntima ntena se esa so oba ampacho odum ne hono no aduro pa ye de aduro de ama ho sanso na ye wo ochama homa sa ochama homa tambia metena radio ni TV so me ka kire say obi ka se enkonko jama fom awia obi ka se enkonko ye se ya hwe esa nse wa hwe ye na adwembone woni tirima sa ochama homa na ye de ewu pa ba me nkere e television so esanso ye aduro sanso ne wo ehye na ehye ayadua ampacho sa adua we enya na menses every month until your bar omo ene ehye nyina enya omo menses ne nti omo nya menses nse ehye dua no so si nifa oba ne si nifa na be ma ne si bonkum na abofu ekwawura mu a wo mkwate se ebia obi ensu owura mu ho pa obekọ nso na nipa bia ni ho no ehye si ewura mu ho a ehye ye saa de no na ehye we na duru bosome beso a eho no epai saa na afi nsuo firi mu ba nsu fita but edape na red na yesi moja no saa no ne yekwa waawai ede ba be hye a ye friend se ehye no eno ena ye sha ye hye ne de na ma bonten so no ebia wunya hune pa to tete no ne wadua bi o wa ese na nabere wakata ba bi saa haban no na nabere wakata ba bi edura nwumra na kan atomedura no pa na mu abie de tense ye duro kese pa ba unim awaso bo obi a kasa ahaban tena haban so kasa wotene kasa ye Dr. Time na so na saa ahaban ameka ho sen kasa kakra wom bar sen katete no so obi de wachi awudifo pe wakum na odu saa ahaban so na bo di ma akoma 7 times na oda ahaban so ampacho ma betwama omu hu da biara da ye duro kase pa eno ye de ye duro de ma be ma ampacho ye dwamanfo obo ye dwamanfo ye de ye duro de ma ampacho no ano no adwaman no wagya abo omobiem medimafo aba hospital ye Dr. Time na so se fibroid na o so wo de no ba unim bra ye betwa scan ye be hwe oni padua no ma we se ebi wo so a ye tu ase de ma oba wo pa wo mpacho awadro no ye just one thought pe wo ye chinyefo o de oba ka kire doctor me ye chinyefo awadro mpese me wo ansa na matua wo ka eno ano no doctor oni asem ka na o wi ade tense o hwe oni padua no nyina hunu se wo sa oba we oni o ha obia awadro na ohia keka mpacho de ma wo onyi usika obaji usika na gise wo hu se a problem bi o so solve de ma eno na Dr. Time na so obaji usika obacha no aka se problem we na wo ho enti o se me so ano e de ma na medimafo aba hospital Dr. Time da so asem na making eno nti poko asema yira me so o kina no pako na Dr. Atena se wo poko asema yira kumase ya bua kwa atwuma ago eno na Dr. Atena se wo kumase na so Atena se wo kumase na eno o ma free western region ba nyina 10% na discount no monsa kan mo sa hwibokabo akonto mran kwantam enchi se wo mape elibo ene sa kwa no so nyina no mo baje mo 10% nyame adoma ampacho doctor say bosome March edi animu ni da to so dia saba ko 31st no o church de nyina wo kumase for beje o match de TV makoma ko 70 mobile phones 30 afi mo ni anwa time da so basmati rice ndi obi aba beje bi ni anwa no obi ajibi ena Accra 30th of April Accra 30th of April eno ansa okuta medjuma for aba hospital card krom ha obi ne wane na yara sabia ne card etimi je eburo ne nkate anampo ekokwa ya toton obi ni ho aje medjuma for aba hospital o se 30th April no o check television makoma ko 70 wa Accra mobile phones makoma ko 30 na wache emo ene anwa nyina ho na nyame adoma 21st September doctor na woda no one doctor osaje foko amenkroma woda nyina ye penti sada no this year ka doctor de che no Honda CRV ena doctor de ma na de tema say ho hihye nie wa aba medimafo aba hospital wa beji nra hodom na wanoma na ho to no o de bottle so makoma ko 10 ba ne ama o card ba ko enti enkosi say eda na beduru no wa okupon no do so no na ka na ye odi anya afa ni akaka se onu ahwehwem no ayiwe da bi enya sa na tie medimafo aba hospital Dr. Time da so be ma ensem ewo fom pacho wo ye nka on ka me ma ho me tem bia me tena radio ni TV so me ka chiro bia sa wo ye be ma wo ye 2 minutes wo ye 5 minutes wo ye 50 minutes wo ye 20 minutes I me consider o kakra no kra kakra bi ba wo ye be ma wo say 30 minutes 1 hour timi bo adwuma se nya afa na obeka se na me no me ko me ensa me ko na pacho no ye mfa nya adwuma be ma ye adwuma na ho ntim fifire nwu oba no so hu sa mpa so obo adwuma mpacho wo ye be ma na me so be ma yon konkan a make up ochiro me ka kire o se wo nya be ma ye nka on ka me ma ho be ma bi wo na mkroma na opempem kofo hwe ase na nso na bedura na dwono na afempo so o mo kapre o mo number bra medimafo ba hospital bi dura na doctor de sayare meme nana odi na ntesese no ware ne yera toso makoma ko enan edi entia no obo adwuma abibiduro ntira entise meka na metena video so no makeka ne o ma hodo a obetim dia ye ohu adura be ma sei ba chom sent leave nu nya soro kakra na afa krampo galak unya tia ba ko akeka duro kakra bi a obobo so na de frampa cho de hanky fita no chimu so na kakra ne mu ya den na odi atua 3 days na makoma ko yensa radio bo say yaso ya be ma nkasa o gina onan so koko ni hini aya aduro de ma be ma bara wonim me se Dr. Time da so atena se be ma o be ma efom eye ketwa e bia kwakonya gunum anase empono unya abrahaiza wo bra wuso no junso moja no unya di eno ka hunti ma o be ma no fo na efom bra medimafo ba hospital doctor ma 5 days pe na doctor de ma wo ye chinyefo ampa cho wo chinye ne nkoduru ba bia fa bra medimafo ba hospital onyankopon na de haban de ahye yensa onyankopon na ama ya sa tumi no se yemfa sa ahaban no fa nsa nyare wa hodo numbers na 0244 774282 0244 774282 0500 727215 0500 727215 and 0245449592. Medima for Aba Hospital number so no wa radio no afa o tena no pa doctor tena so opoko ase mayira Kumasi abu akwa atwuma go Dr. Jiman Dr. Sara o nyina ba tena so Accra no uwura mo wa mpacho Dr. Obed Imamo ebetena se opoko ase mayira oni doctor ankasa tena se nyame adom ochina enti to na mona bra medima for Aba Hospital ebia de what of them yare enti unkomma mpacho bra na esuafo ne nam no omkoto obi wo pono no na omka oka kire Peter say Peter pacho mamisika nkoto de ne Peter ka kire se sika na juta de me nibi na emumu ewo ya wedi mu sore nanto sore nante ana obi won so ho a esuafo no kokoto wo mo so no ewo ho no etwere ne ade na wo mo so etwere no omo bompa ya anko na yare bi wo ha bia wa ba be share doctor nketo no na sa doctor nketo no omo sa yare na anko ohia doctor ankasa enu nti na sa bre no esuafo no bompa ya sa yare na anko no omo hia Yesu ankasa bra onyame ade mo chena epoko asema ira Kumasi abu akwa atwuma agogo mede mo nsam sime ka jose so ni ye ohene na oposa koko timi mo ba o menses tra afi akwada bo nse ebe na mienu na o menses no emabiem medimafo na wo so ba nyame ade mo chena doctor tena se sanso na Friday premium service no medimafo Aba Hospital 0244 774282 and 0500 727215 0245 9592 na oni medimafo Aba Hospital adi enkomo Mugabe yebera ase papa
man cappuccino meso medase nyame ya duma dase ne
mate
we tough what
mate medase
don himself
the Mugabe himself
Mugabe gano medase doc na motene kan cappuccino efri medima for heba clinic na motene kan live on TV as well as no so on power 97.9 FM we breaking news ya ewo ha ye de ebre wona sana me de breaking news ne beba no efa honorable Kenuforiata ho na me fast na kesema Amuzu Heba Clinic say ono so ta echi edi jumedi ebre power specialist Aba Hospital Safari Valley Eco Resort Mugabe Maase Clinic and Heba Center Victory Garlic Mesa no so every Dr. Amwako ye de aseda kese edi ma wo nyina sanso na Hebron Hills International School Media of the Sewam Road was say excel and shine ye de aseda kese PSA edi ma na S natural mineral water almost so ka na Safari Valley Eco Resort almost so wo dawo in the eastern region almost kan obi nene techira yedi jumedi ede ebrewo one obeti onabo Alidu Haruna Nka oye former Hajj board PRO former yen parliamentary aspirant wo Ablekuma central ene wo ha yene no former presidential staffer Okan ho ewo is a member of the NDC National Communication Team, very experienced man. No ebetwetwe onkomo sanso no abo azekashiama, former MP for Buem constituency in the Hotel region, on Sube Johnny on the show this afternoon. This afternoon I do a feed na to higher TVS was it and a power 97.9 FM na and some ho ene ewe. Special prosecutor at the Krata for Aba Abonte and 18th of February 2025. CCI Kasaya. Nanina near Bonnet Toffa. Naturally say Honorable Kenuforiata, former finance minister, Homo declared wanted so here fugitive no. Say much say Umoyin sa wanted no F-Fineso. Nina a communication etumi akoso between Honorable Kenuforiata and any lawyers. Any a special prosecutor honorable Kisi Ejabin. It is a see make us a crata way eba bonten be 10 minutes ago. Less than 10 minutes ago. And office of the special prosecutor ya Penina Gazangasa Nesa Esha se Kisi Ejabin Nesa ne se crata no ase. Tire say honorable Kenuforiata wamo etumine no a communicate ya wamo mu date. Se sa date no onwa eden ho beba na emra ene no edi nti se omo declare no wanted ni ade nyina no sisi ameka se de omo ayi sa wanted na yeden edi afri eye no so nti sa bere de Honorable Kenuforiata according to a special prosecutor no ono emomo emra obetumi ababa bidru eye Ghana ha aje se de ewo ho enso eno no. Well, and some be na na ka ho a ye de ebrewo na emom Alhaji Alidu Odaruma obeji akonya e de amame na Honorable Asiama so enche obeba be kan yensa e wo ha ade aka nyinaa no yɛde asan ato amoso na osu ahu de ɛwɔ hɔ ene ɛwɔ dwumadie no so na ensɛm no say the makers ensɛm ɛwɔ hɔ no messages no keeps coming amount for send the messages at the right time na make messages amudi abani nyinaa no ɛde amaya na hwefo ene ene tiefo ne ma ho ensɛm awodo a ɛkɔ alaji memo akwaba
mejesu
ya no position microphone ya mejire se bibia bɔkɔ de
yakubu ado
bibia da na kwa mu de
bɔkɔ
fantastic on left your mic no kakra matop mami very well bibia da na kwa mu alaji
ai problem bia ni
I believe say there was a problem be any one bibia be den e be so kama sa well on Kano for Riata special prosecutor at the statement about in a few minutes ago
Mugabe Maase simitia ashofo any omo a omotie o radio me say special prosecutor na Emma no to me on yen hwehwemu emfa katashia ni proye na last week or held the press conference or can say Ken Uforiata or Shisheno Ahono na medical reporter ni lawyers di baye no e kire say on ma data obeba Enti Emma special prosecutor decided say we declare no as fugitive no metie honorable minister of energy ewo parliament or say ka wo local language say wa kawurom na okwaka also say ya gudu
honorable John ya gudu de wa kamura
o de nu akanwura na also must say ya good but ene you see ni lawyers ekoshia special prosecutor and what my date obeba Ghana na MPP for omo hold the press conference na be na addresses that press conference but according to omo legal director or say anka omo seeki advice from him and Kobeka Chem say omo reaction no aye too early. Gary Nimaku. Gary Minaku is on record to have said say that press conference was needless.
No here.
Because you need to weigh all the negatives and the positives.
Yeah.
We were consulting wide. And so I hope, but you see, one thing that is happening with the MPP is they are still not even appreciating the level of disdain Ghana for a woman. And Omori actions, they appears to be reacting as if a political party that has some kind of sympathy from the Ghanaian people. Sabi, the MPP, as we speak now, from all the polls year after election, HPF say you are continuously losing support from even your own members because of the way you react to things. Last 2 weeks now, me can say sometimes the way you communicate to people, particularly there are certain things you are indirectly insulting the people who voted for you. Oh, now some of their reactions and conduct is an insult to their own members. Oh, for me, Ken Oforiata cannot refuse to adhere to avail himself. Esan say we Ghana ni na mra na edi ejuma. Dia Ken Oforiata eye wa Ghana ha. Ama nipa bebre ebi mo alusu omu job. Ejuma omu ye omu alusu. Ebi mo ewu efa kwanya Oforiata eni ye kanu say omu efa. And all of a sudden, just an investigation, and you think that he should be sympathized. The late Victor Solomon, may he so rest in peace, under Jerolis. He was on gas tank, Yashenu, President Kufuor's administration arrested him, jailed him. In fact, he died as a sick person. He died when they realized the condition no worse no na almost say omo apadi no. The man died. In fact, Ajekum, the pharmacist, who can Furata as a result of that DDP then you know, ni sick come no. Ajekum openly acknowledged say Obre, but this is a man who has served this country. Pharmacist, Kama Center. Kama.
It's from New Jabin.
Koforia. We're big time at Mimi was school. No? You hear his name. You are willing and looking for opportunity even to come closer to him. To the extent that you reduce this man to a poor man.
He died.
He died. In fact, openly, he said that he cannot afford basic things. And then I can't say we should sympathize with this man. Who is he? The current president. Nana Addo Akufo-Addo issue a directive to the special prosecutor for the current president to be investigated.
And he availed himself.
He availed himself because he is not above the law. He was investigated in the Airbus scandals. But for the purposes of politics, into Omo Felice Omo investigating now Umbenya Bibi Aka. But the man stayed here throughout his 8 year in opposition. He never traveled.
He was questioned.
And I hope, say, the entire MPP people who served, if indeed Omo serve with diligence, Omo stay, so that they will answer for their own stewardship. Matisse National Service, Maminu, Oniku. Why are they running away? Why? Why are they running away?
And the sports minister.
And so for me,
so many Nigerian passport.
For me, Ken Ofori-Atta is a Ghanaian. He's supposed to be law abiding. For him to say Oyari, our name time it's an insult to us as citizens of this country. It's an insult. The next time that you hear any name by any name, then they say Oseki, the mandate, we should be careful. This man and his cousin, the kind of mess they caused this country, I am telling you that it will take us so many years to be able to redeem the image of Ghana. The conduct of current president John Dramani Mahama. You see now, it's like there's some excitement when you go out as a citizen of this country now. When you are walking, you feel a human being is presiding over the country.
What?
Human being. Nipa. Because you see, you don't sympathize and you don't feel the pain of others. Sabi. You cannot be qualified to be called human being. And for the 8 years, we have seen disrespect. Arrogance, insult to the sensitivity of the people of this country. You have a situation where Sabi Onipa all seeking the mandate of the people. Now you see, Wakot Tina Trotro was circle. Mr. Mugana for Mr. Munshwe. And he was begging virtually. He got the opportunity and he has the audacity, the temerity to go into a programs and be asking. In fact, when he's even asking the chiefs to even get up, he uses his left hand. Culturally, it is an insult. He has done all these things, and today people are telling us that sympathize with Ken Ofori-Atta. Hey, I listened to somebody, one of the communicators, or say Onu Ebe de say Yakase. Can say Ken Ofori-Atta were free, and I saw people condemning that statement. You see, sometimes when you have pain, when somebody has done worse thing, sometimes you make people to think in the extreme. And it's the reason that communicator made that statement. But you see, I think that, look, Kenneth Farata, this is a man who we have SIC. Eya abandia. Aban afa nipa omuye juma oho. Aban ankasa ni properties yebema ni properties insurance any de keka wono. Wasi de bi. Yamfa insurance aban ediye ni cars ni properties ni yamfa man ni private insurance company.
And we are most of the banks no more collapse now. Buildings ni bebre wo a obi ho ana akoye enterprise insurance.
That is the sad aspect of it. And you think that the Ghanaian people, the state doesn't the state should not get this man to answer for some of these things. I mean, we need to know
58
what informed that decision. So you collapse SIC and you are building your own insurance. Where? Under civilized government, where will this thing happen? So they only came and amassed. I just read the former MP for Obuasi East was Edward Eni.
Yeah.
Or say on Ghana sika ye yediko amanoni, and is willing and ready to show to tell the investigators, I mean the institutions who are responsible for investigation. I just want to believe, say, ABR, as part of the report, Yediama Omampeni Ora team. No. ABR, yes, because I monitored that guy. He appears to me to be interested in the good of the country, not political party, because his own pronouncement is how we can make Ghana better. These are the people we need. Political parties, yes, we belong to political parties. But political parties survived when the state called Ghana exists. Exactly. So political parties' actions destroy the country. And you are a member and you promote that. You yourself, you don't deserve to even to live as a citizen. And so for me, I think that the special prosecutor is just doing his work. I've heard people who attacked him. They say all kinds of things. Me, I'm always excited when the reason why Nana Addo decided to appoint Martin Alemisa Benza Kaiser as a special prosecutor is to use him to actually hand the opposition, the NDC. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it. Kisi Ajabin, enye Jomama na appointing, and so he knows much. And under their own regime, they made it impossible for him to even pursue his jobs. If today, probably, the kind of obstacle they put on his way, now, in fact, listen, this afternoon or this morning, His Excellency the President, Ono Ankasa, Efre Auditor General, now ordini asset declaration, MIA. Significantly, he's telling you, even me, Ogako Kota, me the media.
He has given them up to 31st March.
Now, say we are appointee. Now, by 31st 1 year,
March.
Assembly 2, by 21st March, 31st March, Assembly 2, and there will be sanction and consequences. Now, say Ogano Ankasa, yeah. Who has said you any appointee? So who fail to do it? Then it means that you don't even. Now we are meet. And for me, so far so good. He has restored the dignity of presidency. The body language is posturing. Oko Addis Ababa ene oye vice chairman, first vice chairman for AU. Ya omuko program no. You are electing as AU first vice chairman. Yes, and so it tells African Union. It tells you that indeed, internationally, they are even getting excited. Recognize Ghana. They have run the integrity of this country to the ground, and we need to help John Dramani Mahama to lift it. His posturing, his pronouncement. In fact, the advice to appointees every now and then, we have, or see in Aban, there is no room for arrogance. There's no room for disrespect, opulence. All of these things you'll see NC Ewana Aban. Now, last week in America, I said our last hope to sustain this democracy depends on how well John Dramani Mahama performed. Because Ebedru maybe the Ghanaian people have become so skeptical about our conduct as politicians. There are people who believe, say, we are politicians there, you cannot be trusted. But at least people are beginning to see that there is difference between the NDC and the MPP. And you listen to the minister in charge of communication, Felix. He was on TV3. And he explained, he said, look, we are just servants. We are to serve. How can you be a servant and be talking rough anyhow to your master? It has never happened. So the Ghanaian people whose mandate has been entrusted in your hand, it simply means that you are to serve their interest. You are not to lord over them. And for me, I think that so far so good. Excellent appointment. The appointees themselves are becoming so careful. And I agree with your advice. They should be careful with the MPP appointees. For me, if you identify them, I am not one that will endorse sacking. If probably they are just public servant or civil servants, you get them a place. That probably that place, if he chooses not to go, nobody sacks him. He sacks himself because they've done that. And so I agree with the grassroots people. They are becoming apprehensive and impatient because they think that there are some MPP. If you continue to leave them there, some will pretend. And the way they will pretend, you are likely to say, oh, Omar Sisa. But I am telling you that they are the people who will sink you. So if you are an appointee, be careful. Get all those, let them identify them, and then put them where they belong. They are citizens of this country, are entitled to work. You can't sack them. But at least areas where you send them, if they choose not to go, that one, and you will be in a Sabio. Pamu, Unuankasada, who decided to say, Unko there. Then it means that yes, you have to just bow out of the service.
Live on TVS, YZ, and also on Power 97.9 FM. Yavas, like I say, ma, a victory garlic mesa, so ye, make drum, make come for more free Dr. Makoho. Eye any ant enterprise umone de sa eye victory garlic mesai ede aba eye idwaso na se unya bi na oboba eboa nipadua ni ye papa boost we immune system no ema nipadua ni gina ne na so eye brane eboa ma moja nso timi di nipadua ni mafrisa ni ye papa brone be kasa blood circulation tipe bi nanom se de betimi aboa o ma no mema nom oyo penfo a stay away sa so na akoda wonya mfie be yedunsin ekono me se men nom bi na wonya victory ni bi na wonom a eboa papa obi ana ne nentini ene ne nan aye titiriti du ba bi asa na ase ache me nan anasa na ase ache me nsada bi moja ne ntimi ni pedua no mafrisa ne yie eboa so e ma wotumi didi yie e ma wo danso a wotumi eda e ma hoto papa victory garlic mesei odi wani kire pharmacy shop bi e wo Ghana obenya bi ato herbal shop sa wodi nyina nso ebi ewom odi wani kire Okashi drug lane Kingswalk ene umakan ho a wonyina ubenya bi ewo ho fe Dr. Mwako 0242 545633 0242 545633 and 0201 293280 0201 293280 ofra Dr. Mwako obeje wo so Mugabe Maase Clinic and Eba Center Mugabe Maase ena free Mugabe Maase asuye wase brei na a prostate ena etete wo minuan mema no sexual weakness male and female infertility hypertension diabetes sciatica typhoid fever stroke and malaria ne hawa wase fabra na so ye hoye dental problems nyina no obowura Mugabe Maase Clinic and Eba Center etu bitwa Mugabe Maase se menka nche say wakwa akofa medical capsules di aba the only garlic capsules in Ghana no garlic capsules wokɔ pharmacy herbal shop bia wɔgan ha wobɛnya biato hwɛ Mede Moses Achira kwan ɛwɔ nkra ha Adanta barrier on the police station in the Inshanimu. Ewo AESL building inside the Ghana Highways Authority yard, Ewa Crown Ministries. A Jekojo on the school for the deaf, the Inshanimu, and a Kumasa and Yamako Ben Honsubi Hono. Feno 0244 068447 0244 068447. Ofre Medimosisia or Bejosu. Safari Valley Eco Resort, a Hona American for Eddie Amawo, Ewo, a Yedo. Ewo Eastern Region Okre constituency. So you will do when you are Baha, a Jayaka wildlife experience, why number 1, Ghana ha, Ubia, anywhere, watch a woman, would do why any a zebra, or more corner more air band till of sea corner more jata, and would do her when you badge papa, pound say, with the any wildlife experience, pa West Africa ha, and I wabi pimo Ghana, also when you be a who say, I'm Busani free, I'm an near Basumo free UK, Germany, France, Belgium, Netherlands, Sweden, and a year, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Scandinavian countries, you know, my baby do Ghana, see, I say, what I change you all, I won't womb. Ewa kwesi Bruni krum mufri Canada na aba Trump kura krum America wonso awono hopa so no to maba bedu Ghana maybe American farm on the Safari Valley Eco Resort we do have one kasankasa bon say yes enuane omo ewo ho nso no local and continental dishes sa anso ene ba wo hotel no man dining so a we wura won say yes we a champion na de FN say we no family akono enye say swimming pool no de amansan nyina adware mu bi na akwa akwadware mu we no family kwa mo wo mo de ene wo ne wo yiri kwada adware wi ana muso mo adware ansa na mo be adware akoda mpem no mo de moni kan ko swimming pool ho no ene muto nsu no tongon ene o mo say yes ene ma kekese so mo wi ana makoje maka ho unya we wo babia this is Safari Valley Eco Resort o ma so ye wo dew in the Eastern region na free woman 059 6914394 059 6914394 wo fra omo ebeje woso power specialist about hospital near mame dia ya na efre yo wasebra na so ye we na so ye we wo de hepatitis A B C D N E na dru aba fatty liver na tete wasebra eye prostate ya mema wasebra unu peni be na atechema wasebra eye ulcer eye compound na esi umini wasebra minu ya ma fibroid dia wotene te wodu ani ekire na so ye bia wo Ghana ha wo benya ayaresa mu okumase afo ne kire fa yase legbosom twe kwantempo no so woni Jasbo filling station no ne di nhwani mu nkran so fo ne kire kwa benya pokwase ACP kwantempo no so ena takrade wa Anaje Estate ye ben Anaje MA Primary School no feye maame na woni ne enkasa e wo 0244 544422 0244 544422 wo feye maame a ono so obeje wo so Hebron Hills International School ewo media of the Nsawam Road. We do how say yes, school near school papa, we do environment. Why would we say yes? A drown upon now, if we so mumba and more point we are no more before mumba we say, oh, Debbie. School idiot, and more free bro for more can a chair for no more friends so one but school our bank corner one for a crew MFE. And I say when you are already a grown our opinion there be in futuro be answer any environment where the urapa and abidi who other say learning materials so if United Kingdom about bedru say v ya chese udu an kwadano Montessori no womo de sa womo nema na kire kwada na de kwada ne cambrofo a won say yes enema de dana kwam say lower primary and upper primary akwenya wo Montessori no so ya de ma wo ba no efi ngan ekosi infinum tete no ho kama ya omode ma eye awofo no tutumirika media of the Nsawam Road omo ben media Presby GHS ne pe wokọ ho a oja ba no obenya admission wanya tete yepa tu wo ba bi te sa ado agire wo ba bi te sen Nsawam wo kofi a eye kofi koe anase wo Macedonia Sapema mo amwo eye 3 junction amasaman poku asene ne patemu mo nyina betimi de mama aba mo amwo Kwans Estate no moye kontun se satellite betumi de mama aba kama agin kotokofo mo ba media ketua ene Parks and Gardens wo de oba no ko ho a obetumi enya entity e pa na bibia tumi akonkan na so wanya ya oba no wanya good foundation natural mineral water enso ni o enso no e brand na kama wo ba SYZ broadcasting here wo se wo hwe Mr. Robert oba Mr. Robert be mobi dudu bi a wope bia no oba won sa betumi aka wo so aton bi wo di bi asifie so amankoda no omo kosko amomo binom omo ba amomo binom fa bi hye omo ba agimam eyi na ba fie topo no di afradofo no because S natural mineral water ene de amawo sanse nsuo ni nsupa ya wonum a yare bia eni ekire eno eni nsuo wo sa wonum ubehu Mr. Robert wo S wazi broadcasting obenya bi mekom shop bia be wrem organ hanso no ubenya S natural mineral water ne bi atom asana mako amuzu eye heba clinic na mde amuzu eye garlic bitters ho dwedi nkrato de amawo no mamema eye honorable azekashia manso akwa aba former MP for Boom honorable emo akwa aba Fadani and
Fadani Kaizik. Official pass. Only hunting a man appointment. No. Oh, I don't know, sir. My bad, dear. Mamma, you should made a lack number. Your mamma, so hey, I knew tea. Malak, no, you want Dr. Calistus, so here. I am a Sanduban, so here. And I am no appointment in the door. Man kaza denti nemba misi only hunting sa enjes ne doso enyanche ba only hunting
but his excellency he has started very
well. Oh yes,
he was a bonabas.
Oh yeah,
so far so good. Honorable can ofuriata
yo moga mebana metimo na mpese misre bisa Ghana force se unyan kokot da unim se na a lawyer for to me bonipa game pa uhwe special prosecutor senya uhwe ni posture or the start ni press conference nanu wa frɛ kenofrata se oye fugitive nyesa o kasa ni fifritinu ndo musi omuni na akoka hwaye de wasi no nanu crowd ya wanted. And the crowd say wanted no there. Ghana for mu hwe yi pa. Na nkrofo yi edie bebo game. Because miti hanu menya koda. Obi aka say special prosecutor on na ye lawyer Mugabe ochire dako. Ti 1 second. Minya sana mati senye no kwara de wo de fa chemi. But so no nkasa wo sa second mu pa de. Ende o person fire to say Audu Saka. O person fire football. Mention ye pa. Because no near why yes say in my small corner no. One say kase obi a fugitive. Ye born wanted no. Obedru hakra no na ye bechi no airport enyesa. He is trying to slowly clear that off. Slowly say I just say kenofurata se no sinam no oye ni hu ti se obi ompeni gwase so sha white intinu oye slowly no once special prosecutor na ekasama no mesi obi aka kire me say special prosecutor no na ye lawyer Mugabe ochire dako nti so was aseka no ma omudi ye bo game on say ka say all the appointees of Nanado no ye omo free ho a enye say ye tamu because they may subtly make governance very difficult for us. No mudi ebo chaskele because they know that 4 years no there it is 4 hours ebeko se say no mudi ebo game omudi ebo game adenti na ye fugitive na afre so adenti na ye wanted na afre so hey Mugabe Maase kan chiro mi wo parliament sena time kenofurata abe minister of finance obewura chamber na mi hwe papa pa adiba ko odika ka kire say there is no physical space e kire say sika ni ho obi a oye investment banker offer the balance sheet of this country as at that time etumi ka kire mahama create esla the funds are create Ghana infrastructure fund get fund wo ho stabilization fund wo ho weni nyina sinking fund weni nyina sika wo mu na papa etumi be gina yenima ka kire say sika ni Ghana and he needs a physical space. We are broke. Do you get it right? Onya free open ni first agenda any Templeton bond. Do you get it right? Onya be kasa asemi kire ewe no ni first agenda any Templeton bond. And na wakofa ne nkrofo na damfo no mu tio minister of finance no onu nkwa tina office akọbọ busia wona damfo nchen ono ankasa twa interest a ope edima na damfo no minua ono ne obi an committee Ken Oforeta ne obi an committee ansa na wakofa template onu mu aba sika abusi an wabo no onu ankasa tin office na watwa interest edima omo. So who is monitoring this man? Now first na me penance because Bible translation Ken Oforeta once MPP was in opposition omo ba me constituency ebebie ede omo de there omo di Bible no ahye me krom kasam Ken Oforeta was there. And I'm a catcher Ghana for say, Ken Oforeta we mininu ye free me krom buy your move for a dinner. No. Mini Ken Oforeta share them no or catcher me say, as at 2015, no banks doors were Ghana do. I said it Ghanaians were taking me for a joke. That was not it. Into say Ken Oforeta to me catcher me in 2015 say banks doors do ewo Ghana ewo yen commodium and no mabo aba power abe close banga. Then who is this man? Oma plani ade nu dada Ken Oforeta ye boni din denu etiefo obi anta Ken Oforeta o. If you don't know how life is, go to the village and see a proud farmer on fa say o sika ono woni banchi woni nkuko nkitinkiti a obetumi akwa ye ni life soup anom no onfo bia ho. That is how some of us are. My little corner Inji Obibeka say, Ena Ken Oforeta nyas kanti na etano. Not at all. We have over 30 million human beings in Ghana. Onungwa your opportunity say, come and manage the resources of Ghana. Baby, all the resources no akodunu. Ama amanfo adwuma no asay. Ama amanfo ahwera mukwa. That is why we are talking. Adentinen people for ninam krom catcher say, Ena Ken Oforeta ko school, Ena Ken Oforeta ya investment banker, Ena Emra o minister of finance no die, waboka, wapraka no di commodities o she chichi. Onu susu ajatum 60.8 billion omudi abre say aboka. Say amafa cantonment. Mahuta mahama wo akonya so first time no. Mahun say Bank of Ghana to minya profit no, amomudi asi hospital, the bank hospital ewo ho. Now, Bank of Ghana ondia koko ondia bodie die no ye no boka Ken Oforeta na hyasie eno ma pra Ghana sikasa edikogu Mugabe kai commercial bank ewa Accra okaishi 52.5 billion Ghana cedis transferred into unknown source. Ken Oforeta sheho Ken Oforeta o sheho susu.
So many questions to answer.
You see, these are the issues we are talking about. Inti uhwe senya enyema siko osa sorry free hosusu no obi oye investment banker 2018 osa ko eurobond ako jibusia ye ti parliament kasa ye dede Ken Oforeta anamo a utu na enye unim ne Ken Oforeta ka kire se osi NDC fo no ye bobrati se farasi fo sana Ken Oforeta ka kire inti instead of say ebe bisa no say eba se na wonya na wanya loan dodo no ye criticizing no say wanya loan dia bagana. This was what Ken Oforeta told us.
COVID funds.
Yes. In just a free honu. And as I call 2019-2020, COVID is a car. Eba yenu. Adantina yebunfu. Uyi 10 million. Saudi akoye de frontline workers. Insurance. Sikanu efahi. Inti nipa di ayebonu. Enye se yetanu. Because onyankupu aye nadum. Mugabe I want to be the Minister of Finance. Because the technical people are there. They will direct and tell you what to do. And you reason as a human being and do it right. Anyway, I'm not speaking like Otabir. So you add, you subtract, and then you get no. But you realize, say, Ken Oforeta obra babe bo wakunjasuno. Wadio manewu. Minya, wadio, me see, I don't hate him, but his job was poor. Very incompetent he displayed. The white that he was wearing is not the right white. Who's sorry free honu? Oba we ya oba no debia misi mi penasem but debia semi boni Madam Maase. Onu na tina ni nche da ye veti no ye bisa no question of parliament no. O say my sika no free contingency vote mu. Do you get it right? Now, samu to me sika free contingency vote mu e di akosi akotu bon Adentina Montumo is a contingency vote and we agenda 111. Why couldn't you do that? These are some of the civil servants, ye come wasemu. Therefore, me catch them say politicians say Ghana hanu. They are not the corrupt persons. So civil servants na when a check and for that say contingent emergency vote no they are the people. And so today, emre no asu almost emre ninka so anya sa na ete. Kenu for that na juda say 8 years beba. But emre no asu because I could see she say oba parliament ebe kapu get fund. And Niaka Susunu Napo Esade Akoji loan $1.5 billion. Misusu Mikahuna ye vote say and rehabilitated schools. So you see that right now, look at the cocoa sector. What has happened to it?
A syndicated loan.
Yes, syndicated loan when you na embabium. Mahamati Akonja Sunu yeti cocoa 966,000 metric tons. Any last one oye answer no koye in da yeti hanu 330,000 metric tons. Ya koji koko sika say ye di beto koko na ye di akosi anem. Ye ji sika no ade awie koko no susu amma akob yes say ye di ka ewo koko board. So this is the person who led this type of atrocious governance on us. So say ye hianu ne a enye se bi ka fra mi hianu se ombra ombe si dan mami. But obra wabonu esese buhun kunta. And this is the time. Now ye can MPP for your muti say this is the first time any afenyuma kima ya frɛ somebody who was in government say Ombra Bay County. Didn't you hear of Chikata in this country? Didn't you hear of Danabodaku in this country? Vita Salome Bana Ukani Wasem. Look, in Zambonia, even Omanpenyu Kufom Resu. MPP adi o maimu hodario kan ye di asem no court yes restore his salary, restore this person o mampanyu kufo nse de bia ye bo di a o mampanyu kufo de wajanu yes yenjanu yes we know that but esese nipa enkai se o mampanyu kufo mre sususu MPP adi boni wo kurum ha MPP adi boni wo kurum ha you get it right eno no na do ankasa ba e de men kan kura. So these are the issues on the table. SML. Look at the money. You see, Ken Oforiatta is a bluff. Let me tell you. If you don't know him, he is a bluff. Because, dia ukachense onjaya china. Echese nanado tanichi. Today both of you are home. And the law is still alive and strong and kicking. The law is stretching its hands to handcuff you, and you want to be what? Trying to do dilly-dally. Enye yeda, emranu enye juma, and America chere NDC for. If we fail to deal with these people, the culprit of today, then don't lament when you come back again, because hey, Mugabe Maase, if we don't put all the laws of this country into an entrenched clauses, as a bambaya bibia, just a referendum. Nana do MPP people when they come the next time, all the good laws we are going to, they will throw it away. They will not deal with it. They are going to use their macho brain to do what they did the same time. So we must teach them that the law exists.
We have the numbers.
Yes, we must teach them that the law exists. We have the numbers. Oh, in there, my share proceedings in Parliament. One will say, Afenyumaki. To me, sorry, an individual citizen like myself, or Kofa, can Oforiatta and mention on the floor of the house. Do you see what we are telling NDC people? But today, let me say so. Say, Ayariga stood up and stopped him. Say, why do you have to bring an individual case to the floor? Onunini lawyer Kasema, he's not an MP. But Yakacha will say, this is what Afenyumaki will be doing. You NDC people, you don't have to play with these people. These people, they don't listen to anything that is cajole the person, lead with candor. No. The only language MPP people believe in is boot for boot. That's all. Let us record all that they did and then do the same to them. Do the same even more. Do you see that they beat us 2016? And the campaign we ran in 2024, is it a Catholic Church campaign? No. It was a brutal campaign. Your friend boot for boot. One who shall be to say Basinta or Timoto Suba, who from Krabema Quine. That was the type of campaign we ran in this country. Senka ifanu say oh onipa no fia fomu ba wo de ko janu anani board de na fa kofi obetu abama inga ebe lusu that is all. We are going nipa no shower shan eno nti na me person George asem no. You go there and do clean the place. Clean it. What can they do? We are Ghanaians. Emra echichiri sa nipa no na echichiri minsu. Yes. So let we are going to lay them off silently or quietly. So why are MPP people lamenting today, singing chirping songs on top of trees like birds? I am not insulting them, but their noise is just like that. Into me katre NDC for MP sir, yewo chamber. Mr. Governance is this country is viewed through the chamber of that house. Don't allow the minority to be ordering you to do things. In the Avenue Mackinson, look, majority leader, sorry, Nanka Makume Husa, why do you allow this man to be making Kenoforiata's statement of bringing his information to the floor of the house? Because that place, once the Hansard catches it, it remains there forever. So why are you bringing his case? Special prosecutor, Oni Chamber, Kenoforiata, Onye MP. So why are you making that statement on the floor? Only lawyers. Why? But I thank the majority leader today. That is the way we must handle these people. These people don't boot for boot. Yeka and one say, and MPP for say boot for boot. But that is the medicine that is good for their sickness. Yare wo mumunu boot for boot adro codeine ana ya quinine enu na yema mu. That is it. That is it. Because they say no. In profile say 20 years or say 30 years or musabanu adiom be saba be yenu because Kenoforiata papa so no na finance minister Edima Edward Akufo-Addo enye sa onu na tia konjasu buzi atena konjasu 2 months and awaji salary advance for 2 years enye no na odiko si dan wo baby a friend Buja Johnson wo dan ho that do get right the same Kenoforiata papa wa bobo eka eto ho wo kai say ye nkoda no omusi ye ntua and a champ by no busika for the channel no mudi ashemi. What to get to that? So these are the type of people we are dealing with. I am not disrespecting them, I'm just recounting their history. And they will do it again. Nibasa Bayenu, he did worse than the father. So these are some of the issues we should look at. And yes, be tanken of Furatao. Na send me audio minu ko or say yemunu. As a say friend number tina kunjazu. Run is the cross say sapina no or awan kokasa. Yeah. Ogo kasa inti Kenoforiata ombrantem so beba ombrantem by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama mimi kwa mi pedie since a special prosecutor use the right laws of this country to change that man. He is going to play games with us. He is going to play games with us. Manuasi.
Marase Honorable Isaac Daniel Ashama.
When can I just what chanting me post number?
Me senior man raise the issue about Gamer.
Yes,
it's likely say special prosecutor. You won't say Japa operation way. Special prosecutor say enyo no. So what it simply means is you say there were checks and balances.
Yes.
Says special prosecutor and Chino airport. Other group will arrest him. Because sa operation any unlawful operation. Omokita court order. Japa before the can say Kenoforiata Kenoforiata gateman be bienu obeyenu omo declare no train. And sana gateman no ma omu kwan omura fienu. So it's not unlawful kind of say operation. They attacked and then the kind of things are nipa kikanu. Japa is not a rook. Only he knows his left from his right.
Of course.
He knows the consequences of going to do an unauthorized operation. Inti me say Mati me uncle Mati Alamisa or see your mama should prosecute those who conducted that raid. But I believe that he's a law-abiding citizen himself. Nipa okita authority from the court to conduct search in Kuforiate's house cannot be prosecuted. He's acting lawfully. So, say special prosecutor Enchinu at the port. I'm sure Japa and his men are waiting for him because the order of the court is still available to them, or they will go back and get him. No father for all. This one, the father for all Kapuno. Your mama a year from Onankasa Jetum say that Kapuno.
Father for all.
Yes, Onyankasa a year to her.
In Shafa Kapuno Krako.
A very honest person who share the pronouncement. Their on the actions any their account a bet will say look your mama is not coming to Joko and yes Obabe di agro. Those who made the point say 4 years penny they will see the value of 4 years at the end of the 4 years omu quantifier they will realize the harm caused by Nanado.
Very well.
Moga Miss Regana for Obianjai and Mahama unprosecuted way. Don't make him a firefighting president. Or one kasani plan. Nanwa Attorney General Eddie statement but say wa clear some people no. On say Ghana for say come and give the statement. The reason why on my statement hey, don't follow those people. Work according to the plan on the paper. Mahama say, try this person. Mususu, you are citizens. Go and try the person.
I agree.
Yes.
Appointment, yaya appointment, na grassroots. Sorry. GDNT na ye 2 man.
Yes.
And he's the vision. He's the man who has the vision.
Yes. I want the plan.
Listen, Ghana Port and Harbour appointment. Na party for that man there. Me, I know him. He was the security coordinator for Professor Maase Ewo Castle. Time I own 10 years. And say Ebanu said Juma Yaya Abua party. Most of the party people have no idea. Inti ukwana usi Argentina jo mama appointing. Why? You don't trust the man you elected as a president.
That trust should be there.
When he makes his decision, he makes the decision knowing very well that he has made a promise to the people of Ghana. So, party full soldier, please. The man who is heading the presidency of this country knows what he is doing. Mr. Ramu, Obeye, and I understand why sometimes all the people appointed, Mugabe Maase, 95% of them I know them. 95% of all the people appointed by your mama minimum.
So it's in the right direction.
It's in the right direction because at least there's no office you enter.
Then
that
by
a situation where they will go and appoint somebody, the person will see you and say, "We are where." And now we have
the men.
We have the men. Quality men, not the ones that they show us over the 8-year period.
That's live on TVS YZ and also on Power 97.9 FM. This is your number one political talk show in Ghana, Inside Politics. Amuzu about clinic Samian Kancho say what the Amuzu garlic bitters at the Aba Ejaso na when Amuzu garlic bitters in Binaonoma, a bueni peduani papa. Minimize high sugar levels that reduce high blood pressure, support the pancreas, and a sign ebwa mobile when you stroke when you been on no boa pie ye control a urine flow, and a sign reduce cholesterol to free pedianum and blood circulation so no and mamoja timidini pedianum a free sunny ye papa per amuzu eba clinic in drive to this amuzu garlic bitters in minum a bit me abow. For doctor was 0247 77 024776. Let me take it once again. 0247 776743. 0247 776743. Offer Dr. Amuzu Abejo so. Herbal shop. Any pharmacy shop be Rembiano. Ubenya Dr. Amuzu. Amuzu garlic bitters in be at all. Doc, me just say we wapom bɔkɔɔ ma joana CPC wote ho saa so na ɛyɛ Marvin Norman NDC Ashanti Regional Treasurer also wote ho party office honorable Samuel Sapon so wotie ɔhwɛ live saa so na honorable Ewada ko nchia kɛse mu ɛden ɛnkɔ ɛmfa mom nyina ambassador ɔhena Jekum San I'm watching you live mo nyina de mo messages egum eba mo hwedwumadi ma joana CPC obachiao saa so na Audrey mi gye ho ye ene awie yenua ba eye Mary Awusi baby a wo bia ncha kese enko emfa emma saa so ena ma Ophelia former Ashanti Regional School Feeding Coordinator ene ye maame eye Mrs Norman mi gye se ene mo nyina mo ho eye mo nte mo banka kwa mo fa so frɛ kae mpaebɔ mu ni nyina nyame asomdwe enka walaje scenario me gye sɛ Godfather bibia ededa na kwa mo bɔkɔ Alaji Sedu Agongo so ene wie me gye sɛ ho eye ma for sinanase mo me gye sɛ eye oni abusua ni nyina bibia bɔkɔ safe na do afide na to inside politics dwumedie no asugusu a wotie His Excellency John Dramani Mahama watumi I declare an asset where the former senior bibia akoma a auditor general ya enei omo answer aka was sending warning at the man appointees no say obi biara every ne enkosi 31st March 2025 one declare asset biano obey you every position or the amount Alhaji Alido over to you
me say we share kata share ni project bibia sabi say as citizens yetiasi here yan encourage nipa say onye but akwa ye say anybody greed ewo ho nti you expect say people will certainly be involved or engage in it. The effect of corruption say a cause instability. Corruption, betimi ama ye violated the right of citizens of our country. Because we are Ghana ni na uko office bi na sa officer no u tax na ye tuanika say onye juma numa ba ura office na wa catch say the bill this awudi envelope be too ansa na meye juma no. What it simply means is that tax aye tuani kano and so nini or pay extra from you. A jumanu so one manu sa sikano 1 year ebia dia open wonya unsanka. Corruption can destroy a beautiful democratic country. And reading the Corruption Perception Index released this year by Transparency International. Omuka say nshoshoma omuye no omuye vis-a-vis climate crisis. Omuka say if you look at it, one of the things they have indicated, and they use Tanzania as an example. Tanzania enya 41 corruption perception index, but why are there? Because they have grown 10 points because of certain actions that we take here. One of the actions here, corruption perception index, Transparency International, say the Tanzanian government decided to set aside a special court to deal with corruption. That is one. Two, say we are public official. Now corruption allegation is made against you, obey you, or you are now a ma bambofo ayen shushumu. We are now they send you to the court and they deal with you. Those steps effectively are omutimi implement you. Emma omutimi ko omuko omuninim by 10 grover, even though 141 a lower, but the Transparency International commended them for that effort. For me, the first administration of John Dramani Mahama was started Niema Sabio Ankagana for Tiasie Omumanu the additional 4 years, Anka ene Ghana beye krabeshwe. Ni time na Information Ministry omu implementi bibia omu friend Sunshine campaign. bibia sebio because corruption strive in an opaque environment bibia sebio kani ni ho esumasi ye sa niama no enti under his regime or yesa or setting up dexes around the ministries agencies department can say a whistleblower we Ghana ni wura office bi na obi adimandi sika sebio na who say ni kwan so a reporti and at the end of the month now they pile all those information and then actions is taken. He did all these things but unfortunately Nanado any MPP omobe calm kata ni project wa inflate project why say as we speak now for the 8-year mandate of the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ono ankasa make that allegation say John Dramani Mahama used $10 million the yakanu say diary presidential diary ono ankasa kai
mama breaking news na me wia na me de akai aba beto asosisi a em say Honorable Sam George wa ha say ebo adwuma na adwuma no
wa bieja
ne sisi a say wa bo adwuma no na o sisi a de aba beto sisi a radio stations mako 7 na o ma suspend o operations say so o renew o mo license na station edi kan fire group of companies e wo sunwane na Aiza Consort Limited and also Tamale and Abo Channel Media Group and also Adidome and Ochiami Radio Limited and also BBNI Moment Bono Foundation and also Techiman and Osikani Community FM and also Nkran Kwanta na baako eka ho no station eno boko ono abono adarete say NC4 and suspend and shut station it down. Ni nyina resec meeting on call no ma resume say Guma FM station. Wo boko in the upper east region no. Wo mo say sa station no o mo be close to station no down. To so far Sam George has our operations no abaye the bot achi no. And one we know at other regions no me say Greater Accra no so no check say other stations no on my anyway mu no so
nyame nshira no onko so na onye adwuma no
fantastic
yepe
results
na yepe and I have no doubt with that strength he has
cleaning up system
as for him he has that strength
fantastic bro
and I keep telling people me campaign not me citing as an example say anka or me constituency ebeka say ombo ade yentuma no but you see a strength of mind, a strength of mind and believe in something and you stand by it and you're arrogant, a conviction. And we use arrogance to intimidate young ones who have what it takes to deliver. And for me, I have no doubt he can do more and then he will deliver. As for that one, it's not in doubt. But Proye, any kind of share. And so John Dramani Mahama, I have no doubt he has what it takes. They have made series of allegations against him, say or properties or Dubai or say as we speak now, they have not been able to prove. Nana Addo ankasa the allegation at the time of contest, you see John Mahama used $10 million at the diary, and in fact, I know how those diary at the presidency is done because my lady at the time I'm your office of the president, individual sabi opese no. Or the letter beba na sa letter no say presidency no egitum proposals or egitum na or the sub endorsement and approval no beko companies ho now companies no will pay for advertisement and the money that they will use to pay for the advertisement, that is the money the person will use to do the diary no. So government doesn't even contribute a peso out of that diary, but Nana Addo shamelessly I can say you used to $10 million ADS Nanado ankasa na allegation say Kaswa interchange. Ya inflate cost no. Enu na edomi ejusu omo MP no ka say there bi o Adabaraka. We there mintimi entinasi. Me expert in road construction. Now me a member of the road committee in parliament. Na yema approval for that construction no. Dia uka enu enim enukure. Nanado tansa papa no, to the extent that he worked to get that man out of parliament because the man has spoken the truth. Now and so sometimes some of these people, some of these things, you know, and the Ghanaian people believe them and trust them. That your mama dear one yet omoto abanu tiano. I will say when they came to realize say Nanado abo mukrono and he has insulted their intelligence. You see how they reacted. Omukabom 2016 results. Any 2020 dienu na omuma MPP omudi jara omudi kaun
surplus
omudi kaun eman. And can you imagine the MPP, how will they recover with this level of defeat? And so that's why I keep saying that speak the truth, let posterity judge you. John Dramani Mama has demonstrated commitment to fight corruption. It's not going to be easy. It is a difficult thing. Oh yeah, those who are fighting will come after you. Okay. They will come with their lies, untruth. Look at what they have done to Okudjatu. They created an impression that because he's living in an apartment, he owned the apartment, but he's telling the people that the apartment doesn't belong to him. He came out with evidence to prove that the apartment doesn't belong to him. No, almost say Argentina obey Sika Arenti. At the time, members of parliament and him say parliament omuma can you say rent loan. Yedimau now the kanwa who rent it. And so the lack of sincerity in our body politics is disturbing. And for me, I think that your mama is restoring the integrity of politicians who are truthful and genuine. And indeed, the good people of this country, at the end of his tenure, will come to accept that is the NDC, the only political party with a solution to resolve, and will continue to be truthful and honest in their dealings with the Ghanaian people.
Very well. Today it is cool, but you know, when an bee is flying, it is always smooth. But on sports, listening to you from Upper Denshire, East Constituency, Dunka Honor Fame, Honorable Kofi Ashia. Ken Oforiatta will be investigated by the NIB. Reports and will go to Attorney General. They will charge him for prosecution. For me, OSP should leave the NPP criminals for our government to deal with them. Okay? Obenso dia ononso ede aba ene no. Yasem ketu. Wa. Also, Edia Odeba said, Muga light out every day at 5 p.m. at Kaswa. Why? So, I can't hear them. Kaswa on the sabotage for another sewer system. Maka say ECG in Penifoni Bibri, Oma, Sa, Haptel for no, Omo enjoy mitano, commission in a deal, Mumpamo Munina, free offices, or Consawama, and some Funkwa, Numudi, or bills amount for Etriano, which are as I say, NDC for no, you meet a debre uncle near the or more council, dear uncle. Some form we do on someone ECG office one. I have been there before, and it is good. Some honorable John Japan so Rebecca home asem. Some fire or more transfer money in free hall. Na ye do more meet me a Jumani ye no my ye up my amount for quality services. Edia Oma provided Edia Magana for no. Ye do more call a yes areas no. Seka swan in a patemu above 5 beer you do light adding. A PC. Very well. Honorable Ashama Yanko ye nimna fi ye head yakano so.
Yo, me kaya Ghana for assembly and sanam about declaration of assets by His Excellency. Ubeka is a time and another buy. ɔsi ɔno ni governor Mahama appoint no ɔmo ntumi nye adwuma o guys asɛm watua ne kasa nkofie
nash
dogatwa watua ne kasa nkofie MPP for mo no ndese me kasa yen na yen pam obi a no mo si constitution entumi ma na constitution be na ma kwan say president nka betumi aka say wo governor no kofie na mentua uka at that point no tua governors mienu ka. So we should stop that. Now, fighting corruption, declaration of assets, they are all in tandem. Now, as His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Akachre said, we are going to use oral, that's Operation Recover All Route. And then the second one is OPAL. OPAL, they own him. Operation Prevent All Loot. Now, one step of Operation Prevent All Loot, and he say, you declare your what? Your assets. You declare your assets, you know. Na ochina no ensamba ti se nanado emre so a you gia hiri ebe ka se minimi kunu yi na eda minimi so ni hwi se wo dan be se 5 wo teshi any there wa bubo no that borders on corruption. And this is saying His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no wa declare ni asset and then say wa chura ejapade ni nyina eye ni de say ye mpaboa say ye de toothpick say ye dan say ye farm so bibia wa chura e de agu paper so ansana o hyase eye na djuma nti o ka kira wo DC wo beba o ka kira wo regional minister waba o ka kira wo MP wo so o ka kira wo minister wa pa say ususunu chro wa japade ni nyina wo sese na fanche envelope mfanto ho na say after 4 years onyankopo ye wadoma ma watena konja so for 4 years obi ya allegation fa ho a na ya kofa sa envelope no na ya bie envelope no na ya compare salary any allowances ayama for 4 years na ya hu say ne wo any with salaries for 4 years any allowances no any ajapadia wo say no amachia na
yes when you say we are corrupt don't even go for appointment.
That's it because no above office my penya declare asset no any aggressive they are going to use it say Newo as a January, February, March 2025. Any
need to lead by example.
No salary I 12 for 4 years no enu susuni. In this salary no ebi audi ya japadia ebi abenya edan mienu. In this kodru se wo dan 5 na ya hu se bibia tochima ho Ghana for sika bedi ubotom. Ghana for sika bedi ubotom enu ntina instead of 2 buildings no now wabenya the 5. Inti 3 ni sika no Ghana for sika bedi ubotom inti sa dan no esesa yenji na e de aboa ye to dan no kra na akoto muni sardine na e de ama free SHS for amomu ade any university for amoko university.
And the point is no almost so about galamsey so say na point bi obeye galamsey bi obeye wedi
minia ewiase ayaba no asase so ahunya de
as a hope aban we hope mu too much
no esese wom e kire se ekoba sa se ye buabua ti se na nanado ye no osadi Ghana sika akoto de omusi community mining machine duka di enim omu ka se gold catcher weni nyina ye di sika akoto esadi be science ase se gold nu na ye hu se binum piepie wo container mu ankofa be bia ye yi sika no free akoto gold catcher nti sa na mo ni nyina no ade atia ye. So these are some of the things makai se papa kwesindum ka pense say ye betu gold another mama ya say asinkwa dia and the enka ho and I am trying to plead with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ompe obia obetumi ato gold proper gold mining machine en farmer Ghana emrante enko to gold no in proper way na ye wo gold reserve e kire say gold no e wasase so membe tu nia ye be say nsuo no debi so that a kabebre be ayedi nanu na ye ka no enfri ho na ye nya ho to kakra baby a gold no wonu muma ye ntunu with proper machines ebia ufre Ghana for mienu miensa bi omu woska no we can establish about very good solid 5 mining centers na yɛmfa nto gold na yɛnto diamond na yɛmfa ngu hɔ na yɛnyɛ sikafo ɛwɔ man mu ba yɛanyɛ saa bɛhu sɛ akɔda fa shovel a ɔsɛ ɔno susu kɔtu bi ɔfa kɛntɛ a ɔsɛ ɔkɔsa nwea wɔ pra no mu na wapɛ gold. All those things will lead to environmental degradation. Coming back to our asset declaration. These are some of the things that are very, very crucial. Madam Fobi, nanu mini nu echo iziko komlemle area. Ena wachre me dambi moga. Wachre me danya eya branch bi de. Ni papa anya scatter time ase wasi dan bebre. Na abrante no nkwa na ye wo no. Se dan no gina ho epro. Or say oton. Look at this. Sometimes when you are looking for excess riches, you kakra say nipa binu susu wo ho a inka ye disase kanu de investment into farming, into industrialization, ebebo man nyina. Moga, this asset declaration, the reason why it is very important ni say uko airport residential areas say uko cantonmenta abrusen na ekosro say ubisa omusi tekifo na Lebanese na besi dan enam say san nipa no mba besi dan no omanti say ya pam Ghana o capital market say ohia ka my mana ena afa mom na wudi usika be investment enwo kro a ohia ka ya ye yira manfo adwo musika. It doesn't make sense. Ghana for na wi sika di koma abrofu and we investors in our own country.
So James, I say was hotel KCB.
Yes, Matisa.
The country I saying.
You see, Musa Brosa to her. Say no. Emrantie.
Or declare asset ana.
Or declare asset ana. These are some of the issues.
Yes. No, now when you problem one declare. Enuna Mensa Thompson. Edinu call Shiraj. Shiraj and the Mensa Thompson raised an issue against Asepa because Shiraj, instead of Shiraj be penalize you omuno, almost say omunko no munko ye. And Mensa Thompson was disturbed by that, and I also agree with him because said nipa no 1 year or violate mranu, you must sanction the person.
Exactly.
But who sanction woman can say onko ye.
Inti say ebasa bisanwu say asema among for catcher say abrofu be our economics. Look, Mogama international business. Me economics kakra. Into bisanwu say which investor will go and be building skyscrapers in a country that is bankrupt? Bisanwu say nya Ghana fo nkasa na etwa motisa busuma kutre. Eye Ghana fo nkasa. That is what is happening. Omudi sikano akoma abrofu sombe sidan. Niamisre say every national security in chain. Any the people who matters ni say let us follow those white men to their country. You know we can check them. Follow them to their country. Let us see their level on personal investment. That gives you profit to come and invest in our country. Let us look at their bank statement. You go for na netechre. Eno mudi ewu. Inti edan bia omuso yo bronidia. Edan bia yo bronidia. Nanu meka obebi se Ghana esu onyankopon chen se onyami eba musa na disa ni po ya besi masasi so omu kumi because yes ensio yes kwaye kokko enye ye biom nipa so so ekom de no enu na editi wo Ghana ha amanfo awia sika omudi fe kire di ye niam edan so so ayesi no Ghana fon to me renti abranti e wa university onye djuma obetumi akọ high skyscraper dan no ejuma no ni ho salary cry ye manipa no obedian high side no into nama abrosan gina ho onipa ndem but abrosan no ejina ho meanwhile come the nipa o Ghana into declaration of assets no it leads to curbing of corruption in this country. All the appointees of which I'm sure one day I will also be among, we should be mindful of ensuring.
I will be glad to hear your name.
Oh yes. Moga. Moga.
But Senidiba, you will not be catched by the 31st match.
And I like you too.
No, the president when he say anyone who gets appointment after 31st March, you have 1 month to declare.
Me the luck yaba.
My country. These are some of the things I say. Etie from Mutemi, Ghana ye nyina ye dia. Ese se yen bo ho ban. Yen fa odo. Mo bi mbe kire se media mikita position ti wa wunni position wunya nipa.
But attacks no so enye unnecessary.
No, attacks no
the due process. Na
yes. Yes, and there
me will complain
due process
platforms we.
Yes. Attacks.
Once I'm here,
Moga, attacks on who? His Excellency Mahama Nana Nado, an MPP.
It is too early. Say you best start. You better attack your appointees. And I say,
Omunu, media and Misrema Omuni say they shouldn't live in silos.
Yeah.
Open the doors, windows, because Mika or baby say, because baby say the minister for agric, minister of trade and industry, on here local government minister, do that right. On here when you know, ministers bianu, they must coexist. Send a jumanu ebe ye edia maye but so far no say unkwana uye minister for this intinu. Wuni other ministers link common, then His Excellency is not going to achieve the 24-hour economy agenda because 24-hour economy agenda. You see that when you pull that value chain, the security man is inside, the driver is inside, the akukon kitinkiti is inside, the cocoa farmer is inside, and so these sectors are manned by ministers. If you don't open up your doors to communicate together, then we are not going to achieve. Very crucial.
Your concern if attack on appointees. Oh, Miss Masuya Bibi Bako every I can say Professor Maase. Yeah. Professor Maase Emira Oye president, you know. Ufreno now one far.
Trust no, yeah. When you say be His Excellency to me appointment be. Yeah. Now you call for na.
And I say,
and the man he him the oil. Say the mandate na mana.
No, I me receive first time. Very, but I think that an advice to the appointees, they should learn to respond to calls.
Yeah.
Calls no ebi a wo minti na ye frewa. Na one time amfa. Uwia. Because Professor Maase, na me say misua. Professor Maase late in the evening after wa call return to his home no. Now offer. You say you pick useful information from the grassroots. Exactly. Or more from no. It's not all calls that will request money from you.
No.
It's not all calls. So to avoid it, at least it's difficult at the time at war office because they be a ube meeting, and it's not also courteous. Yeah. Say picky calls. That is difficult. But you get a reliable person.
Number be who win him.
You get a reliable person. Now, but you see that number maybe will be saving your life. It depends. No, that number too maybe you see an information can come to that person. Who need the number? Now that information is very urgent that required for you to hear. Who need the number of friend now far? So you see. I as much as possible I pick. I sit here. People are calling. Baby, anything America says. Say Professor Maase, who friend now one far. Evening time walk corner what tenacity or need them no now or a reply course no. You can equally give your phone to a reliable person. Said you at the time I wire busy no. Nipa no be pick course no. And you will be taking note of them.
Family member and I take them out recording no. What is the name?
Tio. I was Victoria Hammer. Any cousin or recording. But I'm not talking about say any conversation. Nipa no afraid. Or me pay minister say. Minister why busy. Then a problem. Oh, problem ni say. So Nipa no any she beka now drop at least the call has been picked.
Obi an example early this morning around 4:30 a.m. Nipo onyani me free bed so Honorable Kwame Abuja. Yeah. Minister of Roads and Highways. I called him about 3 days ago. Na me information be was a medemano. and oh, see Mugabe, I will get back to you.
Yeah.
Me and the whole day maintaining and me say we're a very busy person. How much you weigh? 4:30. Me tisa phone here day. Me peja honorable Kwame Agoye.
No, some of them are doing excellent.
Yes,
Edoji Tamaku.
Yeah, what's me born about?
He missed your call. He will come back. At least trust that within the day he will call you back.
Dr. Omane Boama,
he respond to his messages. Exactly. As for chief of staff, for him there, I don't know how he manages it. Sometimes I ask, how does he do it? Because the entire country will reach out to him and he will reply.
Yeah.
You see, you send him a text, he will reply all the text and acknowledge it. Exactly. You see, sometimes when you do that, you endear yourself to the people on the ground.
Yes.
At least they will be sympathized with, but you reject calls, you don't listen. Reason why Professor Maase at the time, you can't deceive him. You say, otie a phone.
The grassroots.
The grassroots. Ufre no now on far now otie ube frewa. They are ube catch you. Ube who say we are appointed uba now or bisa leading questions because one information. Who they are who catch you?
I don't know say in tronche.
Oh yeah in tronche. Who this one? Who this me kai say one minister businessman be by office no be tron. Oti hodi na wo show say sir wo say ai ofre edi company say onko frɛ minister no but na businessman no nim so businessman no ti ho na minister no be wura Ulman office before Ulman be frɛ say yan frɛ businessman no adwane because they are all kind and now anything Emma, some of us when we hear something we cross check. You cross check because that's important. In fact, Professor Maase is somebody who will not listen to one side and make a decision.
Yeah.
He will give you the benefit of that.
But we say the passé so build
yes,
the life.
You build and this enterprise called politics. Now, people survive on the basis of falsehood.
And what I've realized,
and if you don't check,
exactly. Obi betimi akọ or call for onuana dio, but we free just or kosai will be
but you see,
it's bad.
If God destined you get something, you get it, and not because you destroy somebody.
The whole damage, you know.
And the funny thing is that nipa no beka so can yembisa
there be
na ye dia jeju. So there are certain decisions that I obey take it in your favor no omun take
something unique. Yeah, maybe be original be come once and be better can they will call me and tell me say no other can
it's not good. It's not good. We've destroyed
people. No one facing no account them.
There is nobody in this party that will say that my bani ho ebe can will be accept. Say me can, I will tell you that ask him, and if he deny, call me. That is how it should be done. Exactly. That's how it should be done. If really you want to address an issue and you are honest about it, if you report, let the people. In fact, BBC Yoko Bolaga
in the
upper is youth contest. Obi be reportee misinformation, serious one. Now your opposition, Emma Professor Maase. I just climbed up in his office. I will be saying, "Mr. Wako Bolaga, Mr. And then he was just asking me questions. So I was a bit surprised. So when he asked, as Rollins said this, then I say no. Did he say this? I say no. Did he do this? I say no. So at the holding, I will say So ofre nipa obeka chire no sa asem no. Na me gina ho. Man ni so minim say aka chire no bibi. So nipa no ba he no a ohun me office no.
Wa boom.
Na prof bisan say na dia okay ka prof bisan say ohun alidu wo bolga wasi an. Now see na dia okay ka no ali say and see. Come and see. Nipa no he was charged. I hope say oji me duma. The old man said, prof said no. It is not about your work. He didn't even know. Maybe say anu keke. And so there are people who believe and their survival depends on how falsehood, lies, now they will survive within the political space. Look, you don't need to destroy any party person.
Nanabi has sued the Attorney General in the hope of claiming prosecution when he is arrested and prosecuted by the Attorney General for his role in the National Service ghost name scandal.
Nanabi has done what?
Wasiu Attorney General.
Say.
Send him Makayan.
Wasiu, investigation.
Court.
You see, when you see them running to the court, it means that they are guilty of the offense.
When you say, figures,
when say, who saw me, Uko kan na minim say manye.
So we just to prevent arrest.
I don't mind him.
And no na make a choice. The same to special prosecutors so no or the
as for arrest
these people they want to play.
As for arrest there,
so why is it running?
But it will come at the right time. Don't but they need, that's why me can say
the same court now Ghana have been a case in Gregory Afoko.
And no man jaino.
And
no that's in Libya.
Omunim say some of the issues of corruption omoaye ye the court because omunim say Akufo-Addo apack court no. Inti Attorney General introduce tribunal. You see how they are opposing it. Omo opposing. The constitution. But omunim say
na fast track amba.
You call normal court no.
Fast track high court amba kuruma.
Omunim say omu court court they will be let go. Just like it happens in the Ghana at 50. But we understand the game.
Let go
this time, tribunal is constitutional. It will be established. Yes. And I'm sure there are people who say that there is Chief Justice who do it. The Chief Justice is mandated by law.
I want to raise this issue. The issue I'm personally raising is yeka we ni nyina no. On some MPP for to meet na say catch NDC for say any business. And yes sir. In there yaba power. Mesre ministers ni appointees. NDC ni bi ba. Saudi MPP ni so oyenipa. Do you get me right?
You are all Ghanaians.
We are all Ghanaians. Ejuma no munchena ensu NDC for business for so. It is say de bia we by there unya aduane. De bia ye ko akosere e wo bia fom say we by day no. Ye bu abura unya bi wo fie. So the appointees
the NDC for na benya appointment.
Yeah.
Yes, business now or your business.
The business
give him the opportunity because at the end of the day nipa nya a party
yes
benya for
senya particular Ghana and yes sir. So one side should not be developing in terms of business and then the other side will not be developed. Man kase me mind people know we are all Ghanaians but make sure say nipa onususu ba onche ebi a woni nukura wo party nu onu so ma no adwuma ne bi na ochina no yembo wabaso that is what is very very important
appointment adwuma ne be membe
Mugabe
my
raising issue with obia oba mo platform morning show no e be allegations e catch you say those allegations no enye nukure wo catch them say over me kwan I respond for almost getting to 1 month now.
Only credibility you won't be on this platform.
No, I understand, but sometimes you know the political implications. Obi said you me articulator head. Ako garage. Na satan we a guru boy who was she cast wo. I wo catch them say me buy no me the articulator no be see o ejibusia. 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah, no, car
now, Osaka say car me driving me tono credit. Papa bio, papa no meaning no. Man talk
what is wrong?
And also, no, but that is also like. And one thing that he said that is even serious. Or see, me boys na omuko invade Osla fee.
Which is not true.
I don't even have any voice. So and so that is, you see, once it has gone out to know.
This platform is your platform.
So they've listened to him, they might think that what he's saying is true.
It's true.
But it was because he was doing the wrong thing. Matianu said they are all enye makwansu. Inti obetina sina oh yes story. And I'm surprised your morning show host. Eka say me kokota say but I cannot take this station. Say Mupea, Munkadia, Mubeka station with the Mintimin Fox station when Inti Misro.
Inti SS or Bajon so good and so ahead.
But say,
yeah, preparedness.
But they are okay. Oh, Mugabe or any papa. Say to Agungo Bonidi, Michiano. Sa papa no, me free no da.
I know.
He has done something that I will go into my grief. I will never forget him. In fact, Papa no way nipa. And sometimes I just want to encourage him. You see, good people sometimes suffer needlessly. So I'm not surprised what he's going through.
But the license
what Akufo-Addo has
Heritage Bank
what Akufo-Addo has taken him to is part of once you are a good person, you'll be tempted.
They should give their license.
Say to Agogo or nipa and Yakupo Inshira and Kanyu.
Mugase kakrakra. Obra Peppa Ben na Kenufuriata boy mina was easy license.
As for Kenufuriata, a day of reckoning is coming.
Consolidated Bank of Ghana. Omaboka.
You see, as for
is it any idiot
can go to court.
Well, you have a few minutes to wrap up. Alaji, honorable Sama, Diana would DJ acquire.
Oh, Nemi DJ acquire any say. The situation in which Ghana finds itself today, and here say, Obia a few yendo, and the low hanging fruits are, or horses say, me campaign say, the Minister for Agric, Minister for Education, Minister for Trade and Industry, me pamucho, the National Service Service personnel no, yen program 1 year national service no. For 6 months and ye juma or office na yen program another 6 months no na yen fanko field no send ya honorable Rikopoku kan no say wanya 10,000 hectares of land no be ebe dua bro no national service personnel omunko ho misusu nkamu de mi ko ho omunko. Yes, they should go to areas that will be rearing poultry, cattle ranches, pigs, goat, maize, groundnut. Oh yeah, national service personnel.
National service
so that we can produce a lot of, the raw material for agribusiness is the food stuff from the farm and then the crop. So I would like us to consider this very seriously. And a technical school, Susunu, Mogase say, Ukonofa, and Kodani Kunjo Mutinaso, Inti bamboo, they should use it to give a tax to technical schools, develop this bamboo into chairs for purpose. The first school will get the
problem here. There are costs who are boku. Me free boku. Me boku ni. And sometimes it's worried and disturbing because of their air costs. You see people who do not deserve to even talk to you anyhow. Sometimes they throw in certain things that is so insulting. I pray that both sides will understand and then allow peace to prevail, because there is nothing that, in fact, Boku used to be, as when I was young, I started me primary school no Gingande primary school, it was community center nature. That is why I started. But because of the situation, so I started here. We ran away. My senior sister ho intina sometimes Mboku issue, but now my careful because who can na ebia our family member na ya coordinate but look at the ayaraga ni mami ye mampurusi ni papa ye kozasi. So why do you fight? Because just sit around the table, let understanding prevail. Let's look at it and work it out.
Very well.
Boy, now me chia me sister Penny ewo boku Zalia any ni Baki
Holotu Irene any obia Samuel me yere ankasa me di ba no pack paper no there oh yes again nti me yere mama Judith me chiapa
fantastic
me sure say fufu na ready
fantastic
what's up
because ba cha ka say come out tanko ene akwanta kwa me ne eye tena me chia tenka mu nyina chia come ability ene eye talata mu nyina media washing be dadi ni hokani oba ya nyamishira mu nyina so ba de ne dom ye ne se yetinkwam a menu akwadwo megire se bibia bokode bibia nyamete ase kwadwo bibia be fine why enti yeta wachi bibia kama honorable Isaac Ashama former MP for Boem constituency moten kana mote Alaji Halidu Haruna so enka member of the NDC communication team mote ono so enka Mr. Bendat bia bokode enemo amowo Joanna Sport couple it's been a long time ajua kwachiwa ene menua akua krantima ene de anwumre no sia kase bo no ebrewo oba de ene dom ye ne etinkwama wo kina ebesen hia the same time mamu nyina mbo eneti